This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to Podcast Day. My name is Eddie Lyon, and if you tell me that a McDouble is better than a McDonald's double cheeseburger, I'm going to assume that you're crazy.
Hey, Eddie, guess what?
You're crazy.
Is it cheaper?
No, it's not cheap. I don't know. I think
Is there even a difference
one slice of cheese
Yeah.
on
One
which
slice
one?
of
The
cheese.
McDouble?
on the double cheeseburger?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
It's-
stupid.
the double cheeseburger is meat, cheese, and the McDouble is meat, cheese, meat.
Yeah, I wonder which one's cheaper. Probably the McDouble, right?
You gotta get that extra slice of regurgitated plastic, though.
Just
Okay,
in
right.
terms of ratio, if you're going to have one patty, you got to have one slice of cheese to go with it. If you're going to have two patties, you got to have one each. Like, you can't. Come on.
This guy gets it. This guy gets
Yeah,
it.
but just picture like the cheese being melted in the middle of two patties. That could also work.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah,
taste good.
it's the amount, like, not necessarily where it's placed. But
I welcome you to take the fucking Pepsi challenge with both of those burgers, and I promise you the double cheeseburger is better.
I mean, yeah, more cheese probably does equal better, but
Dude, it's crazy the difference that it makes, that extra slice of cheese. With me as always is Derek Reese.
in case anybody's confused, the word trip, like I'm going to take a trip or I tripped, does not have a prefix on it. It is not Greek or Latin. Quit trying to pretend that the try at the beginning of trip is a prefix. Fucking stop it.
Knock it off.
Fucking professor coming back out again,
Yeah,
dude.
straight from. I was just gonna say, I was like, straight from the professor's mouth. Nick Lewis.
It was just a whole thing on Facebook the other day. Anyway,
So none of us will understand the reference.
no.
Nobody will. Nope.
That was just for me.
Once again, Nick Lewis.
Every time I feel the need to shave, I always assume someone else in the world is shaving. So I'm going to say, I'm going to go shave too. That's a lie. I don't shave.
I don't shave anything. And Cole Simper.
we was kings. How about that?
Fuck off.
We was kings.
And we are your millennial dad's favorite podcast. We are
Was
the
we?
Nerd Corporation. Welcome to episode 238, Top 10 Games of 2025. And as the title suggests, we're going to rank our top 10 games of 2025. No nerd news. Buckle up, bitches. It's going to be a while.
Big one.
So the rules are as followed. It has to be a game that you played in 2025. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to have released in 2025. Just played it. So it could be a game from any year. If it was a game that you loved playing in 2025, that's what it is. So let's start off with number 10. D-Rock.
For my number 10, I'm actually going with a game that I like a lot. I just, because of lack of people to play with, it's just not kept my attention. So I'm going to go Diablo 4.
Wow, I was
Okay.
hoping that was going to be higher on the list.
Well, I've barely touched it since, I don't think I'm even quite max level.
Oh, wow.
Because, like, there's nobody that I know to play with. I don't want to play with a bunch of randos. So
Yeah. No,
I think
dropped
I
that.
made it as far as like beating the campaign
Mhm.
And then I was just like, I don't want to keep playing this. Like, I don't
I
know.
didn't even fucking make it that far. So fucking hats off to you. I think I made it
I
like
mean, I
3 or 4
love it,
levels.
but yeah,
It's really fun. Like if you can get into a rhythm of playing it, like it's the only reason that kept me going, like, is I did have a few friends that were playing it when it came out,
yeah,
and I was always interested in their like what is it, like Vessel of Hatred expansion that came out, but I just was like, I can't I haven't touched this game in like years. Why would I want
yeah.
to, pay another $30 to
Exactly. Like I haven't bought the expansion either just because yeah, no, I'm not like I don't play this game because no one else that I know plays this game. So I'm not going to shell out some money for an expansion that I'm just going to be playing all by myself.
Cool. Nick, you're number 10.
So my number 10 is the only game on my list that goes with our little exception rule. The rest of my list is actually just was coincidentally games that came out this year. But my number 10 is a little point and click adventure game called The Excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
Okay.
Um, I just randomly saw that my friend Lane had played this game, and I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, point and click. Like, I fucking love point and click games. So I started playing it, and I got super into it. It's just basically it follows this woman who is a what's the fucking word? Antiquarian. So like, excavates sites and like finds cool shit basically.
Right.
And she got a weird invite from this guy in like this village in England to come excavate this barrow. And so
And then
she
he turns
shows
her
up.
into a horse.
Yes. And then you play the rest of the game as a horse.
And that's
But
the intro to horses.
yep. She shows up, she can't find him. It's, things are weird. She's asking people about it and they're just like, "Oh, you don't want to mess around with that." And like all the voiceover work is just really, really like old English, like really well done. Like they'll
Nice.
say stuff like not like nout, like NOWT, which is like, oh, there's nout things for you here, like there's nothing for you here. I just think it was really cool. There's really, I don't want to say grotesque imagery, but it's grotesque in like the way that it's just like, oh, dude, that looks bizarre. But I don't know. It's a really cool point and click like story slash horror game.
Well, maybe
Um,
this is the precursor to horses.
it probably took me like 6 hours to beat. Like
Very
it's
short.
very, very short and sweet, but that it had a really, really cool ending at the end of the game that I wasn't expecting. Um, but yeah, I think this game came out, I'm gonna write down 2022 is when this came out, but it's the style of the animation and stuff like that is making it look like it came out like in the late 80s, early 90s. Like it has that like 8-bit, 16-bit feel to it.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah, so
What's it called
that
again?
the excavation of Hobbs Barrow.
So, I just want to get this out of the way really quick. Um, I don't have any. I do have an honorable mention, but it's a dishonorable mention. It's only one. So I'll get it out of the way really quick. Monster Hunter Wilds just really kind of dropped the ball, dude.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I'm really kind of disappointed with just like the level of content and everything around that game just kind of seems half baked. And
Mhm.
the most unforgivable thing, which they can fix they can fix content by getting more stuff in there. And it's Monster Hunter fans are pretty easy to please in that regard. Like, they can wait for stuff to come and play, like that's not a problem. What is pretty unforgivable is the PC performance. And like still to this day, like I genuinely don't understand why Monster Hunter is one of the most profitable franchises for Capcom, so it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense why we weren't giving this enough time to bake. you know, enough time to cook basically. So I dishonorable mention goes to Monster Hunter. That fucking hurts because I was
Yeah,
really excited for that game.
I
But
remember.
You guys were on that game's dick and balls for a minute.
You sure were. We
yeah,
sure
well,
were.
and when it was over, it was over. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Like Monster Hunter games are not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to play Monster Hunter games for like hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
And I think I got like 50 in wilds just because I saw all the monsters, I saw the armor and everything, and I just was like, yeah, I'm done. So and granted, some, you know, my attention definitely got taken away a few times this year by other games, so it could have been victim to that. But I don't think that's something that should happen with the Monster Hunter game. I
Agreed.
think you should get pulled away, but then there should be like, you know, huge incentive to go back and play because it's just that kind of game. But my number 10 is a little concerning because it probably deserves to be a little like way higher on the list. I dropped this game like a sack of shit because I didn't think that I want to give it the time and the effort that it deserves, and it's just way too much right now just with what you know what life's got going on and stuff. My number 10 is Death Stranding 2. um I played for like 5-ish hours, I think, and I'm like, yeah, this game fucking rules. And
Yeah, same here, bro.
it does everything that I wanted Death Stranding 1 to do. So it like
Mhm.
fixes everything, and it has one hell of a hook at the beginning of the game where it's like, damn, okay, the
Yeah.
makings of a great story here, like of something kooky and wacky. And I've seen clips and stuff of like all the other shit that you're doing, like fucking surfing on coffins and stuff, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What am I missing here? You know?
Right.
And I want to get back to it, but I'm going to be honest, it's probably going to be when it comes to PC,
Yeah.
just because that is the only time that I really find myself playing video games is when I'm in front of my PC. Is just because, you know,
That's
that's the
fair.
only time I have time to, you know, to play games. But yeah, it definitely deserves to be way higher up on my list, but I didn't give it the time that it deserves. So that's my number 10.
Cool. My number 10 is Grounded 2. Um, Grounded 2 is one of those games that like I loved having around for the time that I did. I feel like it's just a victim of its own expectations.
Oh,
Um, you know, like the original was charming, clever, genuinely fresh, and when it dropped, like the sequel feels more like refinement than reinvention, which I feel like that's what they were going for anyway.
yeah.
Like the original formula was just cool enough, and they just wanted to, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix type shit. Which, you know, on that sense, everything works. Everything's polished, functional, fun. Especially co-op. Man, me and Word Sense had like a blast playing that game. Um, and so it's all still great. But when I look at the rest of my list, I just like it didn't stick with me in the same. It almost didn't even make it on this list. But we'll get to that in our honorable mentions. I it's solid comfort food in a year where a bunch of games were trying to cook something wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number 9, Derek.
Um, so number 9. So this one I wasn't totally sure on. And I think that I'm gonna go ahead and say my good old boy Abe's Odyssey. Um, so we're gonna go with Soulstorm in number 9. Um, I haven't played it a lot this year, but I've been trying to kind of like get back to it and start plugging away at the platinum.
Mm,
So, you know, but it's, you know, one of my beloved games anyway. So, yeah, I went with that for number 9.
Oh yeah.
cool. Very cool. Very cool. And it's gonna be so funny. I'm gonna put different graphics of the same games. So so I'll put Diablo 4 and then I'll do another Diablo 4 graphic and then another Diablo 4 graphic. It's gonna be super funny.
Hell yeah.
Time to bust out the acting chops, boys.
Right? Nick?
My number 9 Belongs to Power Wash Simulator 2.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know, man. The first Power Wash Simulator, it just if you were to describe it to somebody, be like, why are you playing that?
Right.
Like, what do you do? Okay, so yeah, you run this power washing business and you go and you clean stuff with power washing tools, and it's like, is that it? It's like, yeah, dude.
Like you're
That's
looking at
all.
me like that because you don't know the fucking game, dog.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, and I finally, like just today, finished the career mode for the first one, and I've clocked like damn near 52 hours on that game, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just
Hell yeah.
had to wrap it up, you know.
Right. Right.
But yeah, then I think last November, I think they dropped Power Wash 2. And I think I mentioned that I was playing it on one of our What You Playins, but
Yeah, yeah.
the like the stuff that they added, it's just a lot smoother. Like in the very first game, I would get super mad at jobs that I was doing because it's like, oh, you want this like 100% fucking spotless? Like, where's the dirt? Oh, I missed a fleck of dirt.
Just
Like, let
like
me
a
go find that.
fucking like a
Yeah.
little tiddlywink of dirt, bro, like
Yep.
this big, and it was like
Yep.
Jesus.
tucked in a corner somewhere, dog. Yeah.
Yeah. But with this one, like, they made it so that if you clean most of a surface, like a certain percentage of it, they'll just say like, oh, it's done. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you don't
that's
have
cool.
to spend so much time looking around.
Yeah.
Um, just like a lot of visual upgrades, they added like a home base where you can like buy furniture and clean it and like set it up in your own little loft area. But yeah, I'm just having a really good time with this one. Um, I know that the first one had a lot of cool collaborations. Like the first one has a job where you go and you get to clean like Cloud's bike and all that stuff from like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Nice.
They have like a Wallace and Gromit collab. Like some of these I haven't played
Yeah.
yet, but
Yeah,
they just
there's some crazy collaborations.
yeah. There's a SpongeBob one,
Yeah.
but like
You
I'm
go clean Bikini Bottom or whatever.
yeah, which it's all underwater, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm all about cleaning the bottom of bikinis.
Yeah, dude. They don't call me a female bikini inspector for nothing.
FBI, buddy.
But yeah, I'm kind of anxious and waiting to see what kind of stuff they do with number two. But it's just one of those simulator games that just got a hold of me and didn't let go.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
number twos is not the part of the bikini that I like to focus on, but to each their own.
Hey,
you got to
hot,
work with what you got.
hot cha cha.
Ha cha cha cha. Yeah, I almost said number 10. That's my number 9.
Cool. Cool.
My number 9 is Battlefield 6.
Hmm.
So a lot of it has to do with just the push and pull between Battlefield and Call of Duty last year. Like I really kind of enjoyed the rivalry between them, and not speaking, leaving the fact out that Activision and Microsoft really kind of bungled Black Ops 7 and really kind of just didn't make the best decisions when it came to what players really wanted with that game. And then Battlefield 6 just coming out of fucking nowhere with like a traditional multiplayer suite, a traditional campaign. Like Battlefield's campaigns have never really been that great, but
Right.
they're just like a nice little accoutrement to what they really want you to do, which is play the multiplayer,
Mhm.
and which is what Battlefield is famous for, is just these big all out these big scale battles. And I think it delivers in droves, from what it's setting out to do is become this ultra fun, ultra realistic military simulator shooter. and I think they made a lot of the right decisions when it comes down to like, gameplay decisions. And like I like the addition of being able to like carry your teammates while you're healing them and stuff like that. I like how that's only exclusive to like the medic too. Like I'm pretty sure if you're not playing as the medic, you can't move them, right?
Yeah, you can.
You can move them.
Mhm.
So what
Medic just revives way
It's
faster.
the
way
defibs.
faster, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have the defibs, he will do the revive like faster than another class
Yeah.
would, but
um stuff like that. And I do have classes that I just like completely ignored, like engineer. Like I would never go to engineer unless I like needed to blow up a tank or something because this tank kept killing me, like that's pretty much it. But I did spend a lot of time with snipers. Snipers were a lot of fun in this game and they feel great. And I love the just the additions to the real world physics of shooting guns in this game. I like bullet drop and stuff like that. It's all just kind of a nice challenge on top of shit. And then, if you really want to, you can go play Call of Duty with, that more of like an arcadey feel. I know that's not really technically what it is, but it just feels more Call of Duty feels more gamey to me than Battlefield. Yeah, Battlefield feels more like simulation. Yeah. Like it just feel and not saying one or the other is better,
Right.
like I've played my fair share of Call of Duty. There is a good healthy difference between the two where, if you really wanted to, you could play both and probably get a pretty good experience out of both of them. But it was really cool for Battlefield to return and really kind of just put a stake in Call of Duty's heart for a year. Only if, it's probably only going to be a 2025 thing,
Right.
like really where Battlefield kind of dunked on Call of Duty because, Call of Duty is going to come back this year and it's probably going to be somewhat better than last year and everything's going to be forgiven. Like that's kind of the way things go.
Way
and
she goes, yeah.
Unfortunately, people don't really understand, like, you gotta stick with it, right? Like when you're not really boycotting, but when you're like, hey, it's not really for me.
It's not what I'm doing this year.
Mostly because of decisions that they made, right? Like you have to stay strong. You can't see that game on sale for $20, which is insane that I saw it that low. And you can't give in because it just shows them like, oh, they can be bought for this shitty price, this shitty quality game, but this is the price that they chose. You still bought it, and Game Pass is just kind of a lovely little loophole where you can just get in and check things out, but you technically are still paying for it. I'm not going to be the stickler that says that you belong in the same camp as the people that bought, full price. I'm not going to say that, but I just think that it's a level of quality that we shouldn't accept. We shouldn't accept this lazy fucking, AI generated fucking player cards. We shouldn't accept this level of laziness when it comes to this shit, especially with how much money they want for that fucking game.
Shout out Six Finger Santa.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And the and what should piss you off is the fact that they doubled down and they were like, no, it is AI. Yeah, fuck you. Basically, just like we don't care.
You're still gonna play the game.
You're still gonna play it. You're still gonna buy it. You're still gonna, and
what are you gonna do?
You need to not buy the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And I do think that this is the furthest that we've ever gotten in terms of a push towards telling them like, hey, this is not what we want, because they released a statement a couple weeks ago about how like, hey, the next Call of Duty is not going to be Black Ops 8. We're not going to do direct sequels after a year. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, so you kind of understand why this is a problem.
You listened a little.
Kind of. I just feel like they have selective hearing and they're only going to hear the things that they want because money is the ultimate guide. Money is the ultimate, like, ultimate end goal, where it's like we don't really give a fuck if you like it or not. We really just want to get you in the door and get your money. And I don't know. I think that's really shitty. And for all the bad things that Battlefield 6 does, like I hate the store. I hate how overnight it felt like they were trying to monetize the fucking piss out of everything in that game. And it was like in your face. You could X out of it, and but you're going to see it again the next time you boot up. And sometimes, like, after, like, you're going to see a big old fucking advertisement when you're like, oh, okay, that was a fun 3 hour, 4 hour excursion of playing Battlefield with my friends. And I've said goodbye and I'm closing down the game. And the last thing I see is another fucking advertisement for a gun skin or something. And it's like
pop-ups, bro.
For every bad thing that Battlefield 6 does that's like that, I think Black Ops 7 did it like way, way worse in your face and with a middle finger behind it, like, so I don't know. I want to give them the points. I also, I don't know, we played a bunch. I think I played for like 40 or 50 hours, but it was all multiplayer. Like I never even touched the campaign.
Yeah, same here.
The campaign is, are you talking about Battlefield? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Battlefield. I can't speak to its quality. I've heard things, but I don't expect much with a Battlefield's campaign. Like it's a way to teach you how to play the game, and with the tools and like it's just kind of a nice little theme park ride, basically.
Yeah.
Funneling you towards the multiplayer. But very solid. Also, jam packed with content and stuff to do. And I know people really hated the leveling system because it's too slow, but maybe just don't be so addicted to dopamine, I guess. Like that's kind of the one thing that Call of Duty does, is it's constantly giving you shit. It's like, you're unlocking this, you're unlocking that, level up, you're unlocking this, you got this skin, and it's like in Battlefield 6 it was very, very like drip feedy. Yeah, where it was like, now you would unlock a gun every like 6 or 7 levels, and it was a gun that you had no
you weren't even using.
You weren't even going to use it. But yeah, my number 9 is Battlefield 6.
Very cool.
About you, Eddie?
My number 9 is Ready or Not. I respect this game a ton. I mean, it's intense, deliberate, and absolutely committed to realism. When this game runs on all cylinders, like especially in co-op with the homies, it really hits, right? You feel the tension of every doorway, every bad call, but I don't know. I also feel like it's a game I need to be in a specific headspace to appreciate.
Yeah.
I couldn't just boot up Ready or Not on my own and play it. Like, it wasn't that fun for me.
Yeah.
In the times that I did, it felt more procedural than it was like fun. But when it's a whole squad and we're all fucking going in there and we're all fucking super tight and communicative, man, it really does feel like you're a fucking cop and you're ready to fucking take on any threat or whatever. That's why it's where it's at on my list, because although I did have fun with it, when it was time to stop playing that game, we were done. Like, there was no more playing Ready or Not. Like, that was it. So yeah, it's my number 9. On to number 8, Derek.
You might think I'm crazy, but I'm putting horses on here.
Damn.
Okay.
Like, horses is on mine.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, good. I mean, it's just so out there, and yet at the end of it, weirdly charming.
Yeah.
Like, kind of sweet. Like, I don't know. It's the only thing that I would say as a negative to it, and I'm sure this is, primarily because of how small the studio is and money and whatnot. But like, I mean, it's so linear in terms of, like, it's just a forced path, like there's not, and that's not normally a downside, but in, with the last decade of games where you can do all sorts of things in all sorts of orders, or don't have to do certain things at all, it feels a little restrictive now, But other than that, I mean, yeah, it was just so out there and off the wall, and you could tell. I mean, for the people that got the message of the game and didn't just go, "What in the fuck is happening?"
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty it's a game that says something. It's not just existing for the reason of existing, and so that was
For
actually
profit.
really kind of cool. You know?
Yeah.
Definitely not for profit at $5 a pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's art. And
yeah.
you can distinguish however deep you want between using the word art, but I do think it's art. Somebody made this and it's
Hmm.
heavily steeped in symbolism, and it's trying to say something, and I think it's obscure enough that people can walk away with a couple of different reasons
Oh
on
yeah.
like why it exists, what it's trying to say, stuff like that. And I think that it's games like Horses, with all of its explicit nature and all, just general off-putting vibe over it all,
Hmm.
really kind of spices up things. Like I love that, like
Oh
in the
yeah.
same year that we get this slop Call of Duty. I know I'm picking on Call of Duty a lot, but like, just
It deserves
lazy,
it.
lazy fucking cash grab. Like, hey, we're gonna make millions and billions and trillions of dollars off this shit, off of skins and all this shit.
Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars.
We still have games like Horses that are coming out, and it's like we don't give a fuck about money. Like, we don't care about money. We just want to make
Yeah.
shit. We want to make shit
I
that
mean,
makes people think.
even just the blatant intentional discomfort that they feeling that they cause by doing something as simple as focusing on the farm guy, I forget his name, the farm guy's mouth while he's chewing things.
Yeah.
Like, even just something so small and simple like that is like
When he's gulping milk
uncomfortable.
down.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's just so, like, I mean, it's beautiful in its simplicity, but also how much it actually does with that level of simplicity,
Yeah.
is just impressive. But
Yeah. No,
but yeah.
I'm super glad games like this exist, because it just breaks up the monotony.
Oh, for sure.
Cool. Nick, number 8.
See, my number 8 is a little gem that I actually came across on one of Wubby's streams called Leave It Alone.
Leave It Alone.
It's a very, very, when I say very short game, I mean one of the achievements is to beat this game in under 40 minutes.
Oh wow.
All you do in this game is you wake up, you're like, oh man, my head hurts. Why are all these leaves everywhere again? And like you're picking up leaves and throwing them away.
Like
But
individually or
well,
like
at first
raking
it's
them?
individually. So
Oh, wow.
you're picking them up, throwing them away, and then you get money for what leaves you threw away, and then you can invest in upgrades. Like you can
Oh,
upgrade to where you can pick up like multiple leaves at a time. You can upgrade the speed at which you pick them up. So you're just sitting there just picking them up. And then like each area of your property that you clean, you get another bonus. Like if you clean the front part first, then you get the ability to tie off bags and put leaves in bags. Um, but you just progressively like upgrade. Eventually, you can get a rake, you can get a leaf blower.
there you
But you
go.
you go around, you're cleaning, like he's cleaning in the pool, um, and you're finding like these little pictures around that just have like squirrels doing weird things that are associated with where you find the picture. So like in the
Uh-oh.
backyard, there's a picture of like a squirrel just like laying on one of the picnic tables. But eventually, you finish the game and you unlock a secret room, and it gives you an ending. And it's essential. I'm gonna spoil it because I don't give a fuck because I like nobody else is gonna play this game. But it's like the squirrels that are perpetrating all this. Like you fall down this vent, they turn around, they like knock you out, and then if you start the game over again, it's like, oh, my head hurts. Like, why are there leaves everywhere again? Like,
Wow.
That's
but
rad. I like
That
that.
kind of reminds me of Underpants Gnomes in South Park.
yeah, it's just very, very charming. Um, there's nothing to this game except for picking up leaves and stuff like that. You can fix little vents on the side of your house that will suck leaves up, so you can just rake them into the vents and like they'll just suck up all these leaves. Um, I don't know. I thought this game was really fun. I think I have maybe like two achievements left to get. Like I'm just trying to see if I can go for them all. Beating the game in under 40 minutes is crazy though.
Is
Like
it?
I started a game and by the time I finished the front yard, I was at like 26 minutes. I'm like, there's no fucking way, dude. Like, and then when you finish the game, you get a little leaderboard and people that have beat it in like I think the top time is like 24 minutes. And I'm like, how in the
That's
fuck
crazy.
are you doing this? But I don't know. It was like $5, I think. And I was like, I could easily just like refund this game because it took less than an hour to beat. But I was like, no, I'm gonna hang on to this one. Like games like this, I can get behind. So it's just a little fun game called Leave It Alone. I would highly recommend it if you're just looking for something fun to like pass a couple hours with.
Fuck yeah. Cool.
My number 8 is critically acclaimed video game that is a high contender for one of the best games ever made. Um, and it's very low on my list simply because it's just a remaster, you know. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles is a great re-release of one of the best games of all time. If you are not into strategic tactics based turn-based games, I still say give it a shot just because it's simplistic enough to the point where it's not overly complicated, but good lord, are you going to be playing the game for a long time if you want to see, I don't know, if you like want to see all the classes and stuff and like see how everything branches into one another. Like I think that is, you can easily see 100 hours with this game, like just doing grinding. Granted, a lot of it is grinding, but that's the fun of the game. Like that's that, and the impeccable story. I think the story is fucking almost second to none. You know, if Final Fantasy VII didn't exist, I'm pretty sure this would be probably easily the most beloved Final Fantasy. And I know that like kind of spits in the face of, 10 and 6 and whatever your fucking favorite Final Fantasy is at this point, but Tactics is unfuck withable, bro. And the remaster adds these really cool, this really cool voice acting with it that really kind of elevates it, which is not something I would ever say about a Square Enix title ever, because their dubs are usually kind of bad and kind of, just they're fine at best, and they are still like super distracting even then. Like I'm thinking like Octopath Traveler, that like its voice acting, English voice acting is just kind of stale and just kind of like they just didn't really fuck, it's like the actors didn't really fuck with what they were doing. But couldn't be further from the opposite with Tactics. I think the voice acting really elevates it to a new level of cinematic that the game always was kind of trying to go for by itself, just and succeeded back in the day with simply just text boxes. Like you could kind of tell the passion, the fiery nature of characters within just those text boxes, which is so fucking cool to think of. Like it's, back in the day they used to be able to do so much with so little. But now we can actually put some voices behind these characters, and I think it really does make it better, like a better experience. But that and the portability of the game, I think it's rad as fuck that I could take it anywhere. I think we discussed on the last episode, or maybe when we were like hanging out, I can't remember, but it's really cool that it not only has the remastered version of the game, but it also has like the straight up just the old PSP fucking version, the War of the
Oh, that's
Lions,
cool.
where like it doesn't have any voice acting or anything. Like it's just the game just right there, which
That's
is
cool.
very cool. Um, and reasonably priced as well. I think it's like $40, isn't it? It's
50.
not. Is it $50?
Well, I
That's,
don't know. It might be cheaper on Steam, but I
I'm
paid
sure,
50
yeah,
for it on the Switch.
I'm sure you can get it. You're never going to pay anything less than 50 on the Switch, but
I'm fine. I'm fine with
yeah,
that.
oh yeah. But on Steam, I'm sure you can get it for, 30, $40. But I mean, even then, I think this is one of those games that like it kind of transcends price. It's like it doesn't really matter how much it costs. I think it's one of those games that you should play because it is that good. But my number 8 is Final Fantasy Tactics.
Very cool. Very cool.
Ward.
My number 8 is Schedule One. Schedule One lands at 8 because when you get a hold of that game,
Mm.
it gets a hold of you, and it keeps you
Like drugs.
Like a drug,
like a Schedule One narcotic.
narcotic.
Yeah. On the surface, it looks like one thing, but once you start playing, it reveals this like oddly thoughtful, systems-driven experience that like I guess like rewards patience and experimentation. Like it ain't flashy and it's definitely not for
Yeah.
everyone, but it has that indie quality that you can feel all over it.
Yeah.
Like I just fell in love how confident I fell in love with how confident it was in its own weirdness. Um, One of my favorite things is being able to name your
Yeah.
strains. And like I combined Granddaddy Purple with like Viagra and I called it Granddaddy Boner. Like it was like it's just the little things.
Yeah.
Um
Is that I know one of the strains that you can make like that just turns whoever you give it to, just turns them black.
yeah.
Dude, the amount of TikTok videos I made of this game is mind-boggling.
Because there's so much in that game. Like there are just a bunch of funny named things. There are just a bunch of fucking people that are named funny, like fucking Peter File and
Yeah.
fucking like it's really
Oh, and
funny.
Cuke is in it, Derek.
Yeah, cute.
Oh, that I think you told me that before.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
when I first started playing it, I was like, okay, so we got Peter File and Cuke. Like this dude is
Yeah,
definitely
clearly IT crowd fans.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
obviously.
Um, I think it's just super well thought out. I think the execution for this game was perfect, and like if you're into that kind of thing, man, I would definitely recommend this game because it is just I don't know, bro. It's fun to sell drugs to the community.
You know,
I I I
Get
tried
involved
out.
with your community. It's always good.
I I did the free trial and like I swear to God, like within the first day, immediately got arrested.
it would be funny if they did like an update and they got rid of weed because it's no longer a Schedule One drug.
Oh, dude, yeah, that would
Like
be
you can't sell weed
crazy.
anymore.
You're just selling meth
Or
and
you
coke to
can,
everyone.
it just like is so not lucrative that
Yeah.
like
Right, like you just sell a
it
bag of weed
actually
for like
hurts you to be selling
$5
weed.
or some shit.
You're
Yeah.
trying to sell them to people and they're just like, dude, I just left the dispensary. Like I'm good.
Exactly.
Honestly, they could probably like kind of be cute with it and spin it and be like, oh, since it's no longer a Schedule One drug, you have to make it back into a Schedule One drug by like
Yes.
mixing it with shit and like and
Yeah.
not like other drugs, but like other, just other like harmful things. Like you mix weed with bleach or something, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Fucking
this is the kill yourself.
formaldehyde, like
By the way, one single developer
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
for that game, which
This is
is
their
crazy.
first game.
Yeah,
TVGS, yeah. So very cool.
Tyler video game something.
That's cool. Very cool. But yeah, that's my number 8.
Oh yeah.
Derek, number 7.
My number 7 is going to be World of Warcraft.
What?
Yeah. So like
Wow.
it's well, I mean, because I actually haven't played it regularly for a bit because we're kind of in a lull between the War Within expansion and Midnight expansion is coming. So now's basically the downtime where you either don't play or you look for you know some of the tedious things that you didn't have time for that aren't necessarily major necessities to get done, and that's what you use this time for. So um I've done a couple. I mean, they brought back something called Horrific Visions, which were super fun. They're still really fun. It's just this instanced version of the two major faction cities that have been sort of taken over by this, eldritch horror sort of thing that when you go into them, you have a sanity bar. And your sanity is slowly draining. And you can do things to get your sanity back. You can add these different buffs that when you kill an elite, you get sanity back. There are potions throughout that some of them just give you make you stronger. Some of them give you sanity. Some of them take away your sanity. So it's like this whole balance of you trying to get through the and kill everything. And then there'll be like a nice little end boss that has a bunch of abilities that the previous bosses had, and he just has all of them.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
so you've got to fuck this boss up before you lose sanity or die. And so they're super fun. And so I went through. That was one of the things I was like, well, I mean, I've done a good chunk of this, but once there's nothing to do, that's when I'm going to go through and hit them up. And so I went and done, got all that done. There's a couple other things I need to get done that I want to do before the expansion. Like I need to finish out the Brawlers Guild. It's just this little thing where you go up against a boss and they'll all have it's just a little arena, and it's just, you sign up for a fight and you fight them, and so and you just go through this whole little system. So I need to do all that. I've done a fair chunk of it, but stuff like that. So it's just in the lull between expansions right now. But
Hmm.
yeah, so that's why that is my
The
numero
calm
7.
before the storm.
Yeah,
Very
calm
cool.
before the plunder storm.
Nick, you're number 7.
Yeah, like I said earlier when Derek was talking about his number 8, my number 7 is horses.
Oh, you think you're so much better than me for
I
making it your
do.
number 7?
Yeah, I put it one up. I put it one higher because I knew you would put it at 8. I was like, I like this game
This'll
a
get
little
this
bit more than
motherfucker.
Derek. I like this game a little bit more than Derek.
That'll teach him.
But yeah, I mean, what's to say about this game that we didn't already talk about a couple minutes ago? This game, like, I don't know. This game, like, really, like, struck something with me. I don't know, like, especially the ending where, like, spoiler alert, if you haven't played it, all the horses get out. But it's along with you because you kind of become one of
Yeah,
them,
you're like their
and it's
leader
like
now.
you're just like, oh, I can finally just like let go and just run off with my new family or whatever. But
And that's one of the most interesting things about that game, to be honest, is that at the end, you didn't go, man, that was fucking weird. Let's all be normal people again. You all went, let's stay horses and we're just gonna roam the countryside. We're
yeah,
free. We're free. And
like you guys can take those off.
Yeah, well, and and that's what's hilarious is like you didn't even have one on. They put one on you so you can then go and lead the horses.
Yeah. Like,
Like
no,
it's so
I think I can
funny.
lead you guys without one. I think I'm
I'm
good.
just gonna be a person. Is
Yeah.
that cool?
I guess my read of the ending was a little more different, just because a little more harrowing, because I saw that as, yeah, they are escaping. They're escaping this farm, but there's clearly some kind of fucking weird uh um what's the word? What's the word I'm looking
Almost
for?
like there's something that is drawing people there to become a
Well,
horse or something like that.
I
No,
mean,
so what I
you
what I
were
was gonna say is that, like, there's some sort of weird approval of what's going on. And
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
like, within the world, and I think that
well, I mean, you
they're
were
probably going to
shot
get
up with
hunted down.
drugs. Like you were
Yeah.
shot up with drugs and stuff like that to make you more compliant. And so like I wonder if that just sort of like with this group of people, they're now kind of so fucked in the head because of what's been done to them
A
that
hundred
they're
percent.
like, well, I guess we'll just do the best with what we got
Well,
because this is what seems like normal now.
it also goes for like the people that, you know, and I don't know if the people that came to visit the ranch or like the priest, were just like in on it, or
Oh, they
the,
were.
the people that came up to him and to look at the horses, he was just like, well, these are my horses. And they're like, okay, these are definitely horses. These are definitely horses.
So
Yeah, no,
how
they did multiple cutscenes where they were just like, "Oh yeah, no, this is so good because these people were sinners and now." So like there
yeah,
was definite
like
collusion
the
and
the
like
thing with the
definite. It was a
girl.
group of people like that were so pulled into this religious fervor that they were like, "Yeah, yeah, no, let's do this."
Yeah, we're down.
Yeah, like there's the whole conversation with the girl that comes with the
Hmm.
congress person, like the daughter to the
Yeah,
congress person
Yeah.
that comes to like buy a horse. Like, she has this whole monologue about how, like, this is just how things are, and like this the way the world is and shit. And it's like, oh, okay, so this is everywhere. So they say they may have escaped, but in my head canon, they're probably going to get hunted down and just placed back into
yeah, just
another
rounded back
fucked
up.
up farm, or it takes place in a normal world where those people are crazy, and then
It's
everywhere
just a
else
weird
is just
pocket of
fine.
psychos. Yeah,
Yeah, like a county of some kind. But also at the same time, if they lived in a normal world, then like people are gonna see them and call the cops,
I
and
mean,
or
unless it's like an isolated sort of mountain village, sort of, like it
they
could be
could
somewhere
hide.
where they're just, yeah,
Yeah, like they're smart enough, like they have the human like intelligence trait to have to hide, to
yeah.
understand that, like, safety, say, like they have to worry about safety, and
Hmm.
I think that they are smart enough to be able to hide away and just never be fucking contacted
Yeah.
again,
Well,
for
that's
sure.
kind of
I
like
think
that's kind of my belief of what was going on.
it really kind of just depends on what it actually is, though, right? Like, if this is like
Yeah.
some fucked up form of new thing in society where like people are becoming horses, or or it's just the county that, I think the ending kind of really hinges on the world. But also at the same time, I don't think they gave a fuck. I think they're just like, yeah, this is our weird ending to our weird fucking video game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Horses is cool as fuck, dude. I don't give a fuck. Like, I think it's horrific and it's explicit as shit, and I wouldn't play it like around other people. But I think it's one of those things where it's like, if you like fuck with video games on a different level from anyone else, like, I think you'll fuck with this game.
Like how wild would that be just to be having a completely random party, just have a bunch of people over and then be like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw on horses real quick."
Y'all want to see
And
this
it's
fucked
just
up game?
no, don't even warn them. Just be like, "Yo, check out this new game. It's so cool."
No,
No, you're
just
gonna
just
sit here for
start
about three
playing it.
hours.
Just start playing it and don't say a word. Just boot it up and start playing it.
Yeah.
Watch people leave.
Or start turning into horses.
Anyone that tries to leave, you inject him with
Please,
There
ivermectin
you
and
go.
horse semen or whatever the hell they had in
Yeah.
there.
please, I have to eat this cookie that has a penis on it. Please.
Y'all see this dick
If you'll
cookie right here? I'm
excuse
gonna
me.
eat it. No homo.
No, no, Diddy.
Uh,
But yeah, I don't know about what else to say about this game. I mean, yeah, like the thing that really kind of made me just go, "Oh shit," was like um the cutscenes that had like
Yeah.
the real life footage.
Yeah.
Like when
Hmm.
you're watching that tape that I don't know how many fucking times I had to watch that just to understand like what I needed to do. But I think
Yeah.
my game glitched because at the end, like I'd be like, okay, so I can get in here, but what's the code? And then I finally figured the code out, and then I went to go to the trap door, and like there was no prompt to open it.
Yeah, no, that happened to me too.
So I
Yeah.
I
just
had to
like
restart.
I
I had
had
to
to
restart the
restart.
game.
Yeah,
Hmm.
exactly. But I don't know. I mean, when you walk into that room, you're just like, holy shit, dude, we're looking at fucking Clockwork Orange over here, you know?
Yeah,
Horses
for
just like,
real.
but I don't know. It's just one of those games that kind of, yeah, it makes you think, and it's just bizarre. And I don't know. I feel like we need more games that tell stories like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be about, you know,
No, yeah,
it
you don't,
it doesn't have to be about enslaving people and turning them into horses
or getting a blowjob from a horse girl.
or cutting a dude's dick off because
Yeah,
you're gelding him because he's a
Yeah.
horse, remember?
yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Fucked up game, dude.
Cole, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is Metroid Prime 4 Echoes. Or no, it's not Echo. Beyond. Sorry. That's Metroid 2. Fuck. Um uh this game is really good and people are dumb. People are really dumb.
So the ending didn't change anything for you, like you said last week.
It's like
No, I'm
didn't Nate Christensen severely
He
dislike
oh,
it?
he
flamed the
hates this.
shit out of
He
the game.
Yeah,
hate
he
he
flamed the
flamed
shit out of it.
dude, he hates this game so much he made a dedicated Facebook post all about it.
Yeah, he said the game like tries to get in its own way,
Yeah.
and it was like yeah, I remember that post.
No, and
Yeah, I
sorry,
read
go
that. I
ahead.
was like, man, he is heated.
Yeah, no, and I kind of agree with I agree with a lot of the shit that he said because there's some questionable shit in the game for sure where it's like, damn, this doesn't seem like you really thought it through that much. And um it's overall it's greater than the sum of its parts for me, where it does so many little cool things here and there where I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I can you can kind of like you kind of just feel like you're on the outside of this house basically looking in and you're like, oh, okay, like why this is I can see why people wouldn't like this and I can see why people wouldn't like that. And for me it's just like it's either A not bothering me at all or B it's just so minute that it just really and everything else is so cool that it like kind of just drowns out in the coolness of everything else that I'm seeing, you know?
Yeah.
Like I could complain about like enemy variety and stuff like that. Like you are kind of just killing the same enemies all over, you know, which is also, you know, that's a thing that happens in Metroid games. But you know, like they're not really super uh inspired designs, you know, like they're kind of. But in the same vein, I think the boss fights in this game are fucking awesome, and like some of the monsters that you're fighting in this thing is just it's just cool. It's just cool, dude. I don't know. I don't know how you can see like it's one of those things where it's like I don't know how you can't see this shit and be like hell yeah, brother. Like
Yeah.
there's some bona fide cool ass moments in here, and I know that like the greatest sin that this game commits is the fact that it it adds other characters in such an invasive way that it really kind of removes a really beloved part of Metroid where, you know, Metroid is supposed to be about isolation and you're alone, you're on this alien planet or alien space station or, you know, and not necessarily like alien but just, you know, in space, you're, you know, you're out there, right? You're alone and you're supposed to be alone. Um other companions have been in other Metroid Prime games. They're just not nearly as front and center. They're not nearly as often as these characters are in this game. And I can, I can see why it bugs people. Like, the first guy that you meet is the worst easily. And then every person after that is just kind of just kind of a character. They don't really have any like defining features. They're not really very charming. They're all kind of just like dude or woman in spacesuit, dude or woman in like in military spacesuit carrying like an assault rifle, and that's pretty much it. um and then you have this like robot companion, which is it seems like that's the character that Nathan hates the most because he is used in the environment to like to remove obstacles, and
Right.
that's kind of a no. And I can see why you wouldn't like it, because it's like Metroid is about finding other abilities and then going back to places, or to places that you've already been, and opening new doors or opening new places, finding new items. A big complaint I saw was about how a lot of the collectibles were uh missile capacity upgrades, and I'm like, that that's been in every Metroid game ever. Why is that a problem now? I don't like it seemed like a very strange complaint, because I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I came back to this new area. The game has an organic way of like kind of funneling you towards little secrets here and there. But also at the same time, it's kind of meanders and struggles with guiding the player in terms of like where to go and what to do. It's just kind of unfocused. Like there's a very specific part, like in the beginning of the game, like right before you get the bike thing that you're supposed, that you ride on, and it's an integral part of the story for some reason. um it's just kind of out there and just not really great at explaining like where to go, what to do. It kind of, and it I think it like hides behind the like, oh, we're trying to be obscure because you're isolated and you're alone, and it's like, no, I'm not. I got this guy fucking chirping in my ear telling me where to go, what to do. So I can absolutely almost kind of agree with some of the complaints, because it's not perfect, and that's why it's number 7.
Right.
um Metroid fucking rules, dude. I don't know if I've said this before, I'm sure I have, but
Sure
holy
have.
fuck, dude, it's like one of the coolest franchises like ever like ever, bro.
That's why it
And
stood the test of time.
yeah, and this is more, it's more of that, and I don't understand like why. And I can like, I guess, it took forever to come out, right? Like it had a huge development cycle that really kind of sucked the life out of it, and it got rebooted I think once or twice. And you can tell like you can see the stitches, you can see the seams of multiple games, basically, like ideas from here and ideas from there, ideas that they couldn't let go of a first draft. And it's like, well, maybe this shouldn't have been here like really at all. This could have been in the cutting room floor. But I think despite all of that, I think it's fucking awesome, and I think it's fun as fuck. um and the last thing I'll say about it is that it's just a complete showstopper for the Switch too. Like I think it is gorgeous. It runs fantastic. It does kind of eat the hell out of the battery life of the Switch, but if you're playing it in, the 1080p 60, like I think the way that it was meant to be played, I think you're looking at like 2.5, 3 hours. So like, when you first got the Switch and you were playing Zelda for the first time, like around that level of battery life. But if you have a Switch too, I implore you to play the game, because I think it's fucking awesome. So my number 7 is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Very cool. My number 7 is Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Okay.
Um, it's down here, mainly because the games that I have in my top 5 just meant more to me. Um, Also, fuck you, Jeff Keighley. Um, you know, I swear to God, I'll stick by. I have no reason, no way to prove this, but I'll die on the hill that Jeff Keighley doesn't play video games, and that's that.
Jeff
Uh,
Keighley doesn't care about video games.
yeah. At 7, Claire Obscure earns its spot, I guess, just like on vibe alone.
Yeah.
Art direction, world, tone. I mean, it all feels lovingly and carefully composed, like a playable painting.
Yeah.
The combat system are solid. Combat and systems are solid. What really stuck out to me though was the atmosphere and that I don't know what to call it, like the sense of inevitability, like baked into the narrative,
Like looming.
just like looming doom.
Yeah.
Like
Doom. Yeah.
you were just like always waiting for something to just be
It's a
there.
very sad game.
Very sad.
They're like
Very,
very
very sad.
steeped in sadness. Like the
Mhm.
soundtrack has a couple happy songs, but it like mostly focuses on, you know, uh it's just an overall sad vibe. Like if you're in like a bad place, I don't know, that I would say don't play it, but also at the same time, like this is the kind of game that could really like invigorate you and like
Yeah,
kind
oh
of
yeah.
pull, like this is one of those games that like could really like pull you out of a slump and
Could be
like
cathartic.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh
oh yeah.
yeah, for sure, absolutely.
It's one of those games that lingers in your brain even when you're not actively playing it, and I feel like that counts for a lot. Um, it's very impressive. I mean, a handful of developers just decide to make this fucking award-winning game that swept the game awards. I mean, this isn't just chance. It's a labor of love, and I really appreciate this game in a lot of ways. I'm replaying it, and like I'm just really enjoying watching it. It's just very well done. Like I said, a playable painting, carefully composed, very
Yeah.
fun game.
Any painting is a playable painting if you try hard enough.
True, very true.
People might get upset, but
Oh yeah, you've played paintings, yeah? Name one
Yeah.
painting you've played.
well, I'm not allowed at the Louvre anymore.
Let's just say that.
Derek, number 6.
So my number 6 is going to be Fallout 76.
Wow.
No, that's not intentional.
76.
Like Eddie got me playing it again and then left me again.
That's
I
what he
got
does.
it.
Dude.
You
He'll
are
just be like,
physically incapable of not saying that second part. You know that, right? When you say the words, Eddie got me to pick up 76 again, it is physically impossible for you not to say, and then
Yeah,
left me alone.
because he does. That's exactly what he does every time.
I get up every
This
morning.
time it's
I
for
get up-
valid reasons though.
I get up every morning. And
Every
do my
morning.
game.
But no, this time it's for valid reasons because he's got shit to do. But
yeah.
yeah, no, I mean I've just back to grinding out my dailies, getting my fishing done, getting my weeklies done, all that kind of stuff. So it's been super fun.
Oh yeah. Very cool. Nicholas.
my number 6 belongs to a lovely little gem known as South of Midnight.
Very cool. Mine too. So I'm gonna piggyback off of yours.
Okay. But and I know that Eddie and myself have talked about this game in the past, but it's been a while. But this game is just brimming with that. I don't know what you want to call it, but it's like that. I call it Bayou charm.
Very cool.
Like it takes place in, I'm assuming is Louisiana. That's like the only
Mhm.
place I can think of, but
Yeah.
it's just like it's got the music, it's got like character redemption arcs, like pain of these characters like physically manifesting and you having to fight it to be able to make things right again.
Hmm.
And the some of the stories of these characters are just gut wrenching, dude. Like,
Yeah, I think this game nails something that a lot of games didn't in 2025, which is like mood. It's
yeah.
There's this mood to it. It's steeped in folklore, regional identity, and a kind of modern myth making that feels like genuinely personal.
And, I found myself thinking, okay, this game is like, it's repetitive. Like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's repetitive, but to me, it kept me wanting to keep trudging along because of like, oh, I want to see what happens next to this character.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like
Ga- Gameplay isn't, yeah, it isn't revolutionary, like it doesn't reinvent
no,
the wheel. But I don't feel like it has to, because I feel like the strength here is tone. Like tone, character, and storytelling. It feels like a game that knows exactly what it wanted to say and like doesn't overstay its welcome.
exactly. Yep. And then, some of the characters that you meet in the game are just really cool. Yeah, this game is a real kind of real gem.
It's a wonderful experience.
It really is. And I don't know, like I totally lost my train of thought, but based off of the other things that I said, really good characters, you know, the stories of each character that you're helping is engaging. The boss fights are actually really cool,
Very fun.
very fun to do. And then I really liked after you were almost done saving each character, I liked the little chase scene that you had between yourself and the protagonist or
Oh
the
yeah, yeah.
antagonist, sorry.
Yeah.
Running to hurry and, let the bottle out. But without, giving away too much of this game, just play it. I think it might still be on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But it would be one that I would, you know, if I had not had Game Pass and I knew what I knew about this game, I would have bought it.
Yeah, dude, this game is incredible. I mean, everything that uh we just talked about and more, dude. Like it makes you feel in various ways, and it doesn't let go
Mm-mm.
of that feeling. And the animation style, this like stop motion animation, like very very fucking cool, man. Like, I mean, we were talking earlier, like about horses and how it's just an art piece. Like this game is the total package
Um,
as far as a game that's really fun to play, but it is also an art piece that tells wonderful cultural stories.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely don't sleep on this game for sure, but it is also my number six. So, Cole.
my number 6 is Gears of War Reloaded. Um, I am a unabashed fanboy of Gears of War. I think Gears of War is on on a good day better than Halo, and I have a lot of I got a lot of love for this franchise, and despite all of the shit that goes down that's been going down with Gears and and with Microsoft in general, um, it's kind of disheartening to know that the shepherd that's leading this lamb is not very good and is clearly drunk and really doesn't know how to shepherd it all. And I think that
Keeps trying to fuck the sheep.
he keeps trying to fuck the sheep. I think Gears E Day is like a real put up or shut up moment where it's like, okay, guys, like we really need to, especially for the coalition, like they really need to have a home run with that game. It needs to be good. And I don't know when that game is supposed to come out. We have seen shockingly little
Hmm.
about it, and it kind of concerns me. But also at the same time, maybe they're cooking. Maybe they're doing something real good. We are going back, we're going back to before, it is called E-Day, so it's obviously going to take place when the Locust arrive, and we're going to go back to these characters that we've loved forever, but I just don't really know if they have I don't know if they have it in them, dude. I really don't. And with Gears 6, it's on my list solely because Gears Reloaded, sorry. Gears Reloaded is on my list simply because I love the game, and Gears of War 1 is fucking awesome, and I love how horror rooted it is, and the multiplayer is so much fun, dude. Like it's toxic as shit, and it is clearly like, but it's my stomping grounds, bro. It's where I played most of my online games, and was definitely doing during Gears 1, Gears 2, and Gears 3. So I want I want nothing but the best for Gears. I want and I will settle for nothing less than the best. And Gears Reloaded is not it. It's another port of a game that came out in 2016, so 10 years ago. And it's pretty disappointing that they didn't add anything at all. Nothing.
Yeah, I played through it and I was like, I'm just playing this game that I played 10 years ago. Like, there's nothing different about
Right.
this.
Right.
And I'm glad that it's on Steam. I'm glad that I can have it on my computer. I'm glad that it exists in some form or fashion, but man, it really sucks that you guys did like nothing. You did fucking nothing
Yeah.
to this
Fuck
thing.
all. Yeah.
And that's crazy that you're selling this game again, which, for dipshits like me that really love the franchise and actively have skin in the game with this one, like I think that no price was really, if they charged $70 for this, I probably wouldn't have picked it up, but they didn't.
No,
They charged
absolutely
40,
not.
right? That and the fact that it's on PlayStation, that was a cataclysmic move, like that signaled the end of this exclusivity, that any exclusivity that Microsoft ever had is gone completely. Now, you have two other places that will play the game better with more people and will do better on those other consoles than it will on your console. And I think that that's another reason why it's on my list, is because it's such a historic moment. Because Gears of War was one of those franchises, like right up there with Halo, where it was like, if this comes, it's over, it's done, it's over. It is so Jover,
Yeah.
and that's really sad. It sucks ass to see Microsoft go down the toilet with their gaming division. They just don't really care, and it's very obvious that they're just throwing money wherever they can, trying to score the next big trend. They're trying to see ahead and get the next thing that everyone's obsessed with, and they have failed a lot. And while I do like Game Pass, and I think that it is wildly consumer friendly, I don't think that it's sustainable at all. Like, I think that that's what you're going to start to see, like, more and more and more, is the raises in prices. And you didn't see a raise in Game Pass. Oh wait, yeah, you did. And then you also saw a raise in your console, and it's like, that's because people are not buying Call of Duty for $70 on their Xbox anymore. They're just getting it on Game Pass. That money comes from somewhere, dude. They want that. That's the problem, is that they want that money. They're not okay with just letting it fucking slide. And what they do is that they whore out their whales. These people that have always been there for so long, they live and breathe and bleed green. They are getting fucked constantly. And it's like, what benefit is it of anybody being a fan of Xbox? Not a single fucking person. Not a single fucking reason on why you should own that over a PlayStation, that over a Switch, that over a PC. Like, it's and Gears was one of those bastions. It was one of those tent pole things where it's like, if this goes, the whole ship's going, the whole fucking thing. And then shortly after that, it was announced that Halo is getting ported to PlayStation as well. So it's beyond over.
Yeah.
There's two games in particular that I specifically bought an Xbox 360 just to play. It was Gears 2 and I believe Fable 2.
Yeah. And give it a couple months, or no, actually, I don't even think you have to wait that long. They announced a developer direct or whatever Xboxes is, and they're going to talk about Fable, and
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee they're going to talk about how it's coming to PlayStation. So it's really sad just to watch something that you grew up with and loved for many years just kind of crash and burn and just give in to just pure greed. It really sucks. And if you were playing on an Xbox right now and you're listening to this, it's you deserve so much better. So much better. And Gears of War Reloaded deserved better too. But I love Gears of War, that's why it's on my list. So
cool. Before we head into our top 5, since you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that is the best and freest way you help us do that. We're still on the climb to 500, and we would love your help. Share this video with all your friends. We would love you for it. We have merch. Go to redbubble.com/nerdcore podcast and get our sayings and logos on anything from stickers and shirts to coffee mugs and curtains. Fucking whatever.
And shower curtains.
Shower curtains. That's what I meant to say. We've partnered with Dubby. Go to dubby.gg and use our promo code NERDCORP to get 10% off anything site-wide. I just want to say that Dubby is delicious and it cools you off on a hot summer day. And we look forward to Dubby's signature bunghole blast. Comes out this summer.
Finger popping your
Refreshing.
asshole.
Finger popping in your asshole.
First of all, we weren't finger popping each other's assholes.
All right. This is our top 5. These are the games that got the most attention from us. These are the games that we loved the most of 2025. So, Derek, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is going to be Death Stranding 2.
Wow.
No.
I was like, you didn't play that, did you?
No, I did for like a half hour.
Oh,
okay.
And you got that high?
I saw the opening cutscene.
Left a hell of an impression.
Yeah. I was so bored. I haven't gone back to it. I'm sure I will eventually, but no. My number 2 is going to be
number
Silent
5,
Hill 2 or 5. Yeah, what did I say?
Number 2.
You said 2. My number 2
right.
is going to be Silent Hill 5 remake.
You know what? I'm skipping. All right, my number 5 is actually going to be Silent Hill remake. Silent Hill 2 remake.
Because I didn't really this year. Like for
for me, yeah, like a lot of different games. It's not because I play a lot of games. It's just always the same games.
Right.
But yeah, no, because I didn't really like. I got to play Silent Hill 2 like at the end of last year, beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I fucking love that game. I have so much love for the Pants Monsters, and I mean, just like it had like the perfect balance. I think of creepy, atmospheric darkness and discomfort, and then also some nice little jump scares at the same time. And so I think it just worked out really, really well the way that it was done. But yeah, so that's my number 5.
Very cool.
I also played Silent Hill 2 remake last year, and I think I can't believe I missed it. Like it's one of them, and at the same time, like if I was too young to like really understand like why the game is as good as it is, and that remake just kind of takes everything and just not necessarily amplifies it, just kind of puts a different sheen on it. because like I still think that that original game is so timeless and so endlessly playable. Like it does have like some pretty weak, you know, like combat and stuff, which is funny because I think the
Mhm.
remake kind of carries on like some of the wonkiness of that combat in that original game. But I think the remake it's in the runnings for like one of the best remakes ever made, which is insane because it came from Blooper.
Right.
Yeah.
Nick?
Continuing in Silent Hill fashion, my number 5 is Silent Hill F.
Oh.
Um, my only, it's not really a gripe, but it's more like a nit. Like, if you like, I feel like people like me that didn't understand their Japanese folklore that this game is based around, like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on in this game. But like I said, when we were doing our What You Playing, I watched a deep dive video about the game afterwards, and I definitely understood it more. But if you watch that video prior to playing, it's gonna spoil the whole game for you. So, but yeah, I'll try not to reveal too much about this game since it sounds
Oh,
like you
right.
are planning on playing it. But
I
it's
do
just
for sure.
it. I don't know. Like after reading or after watching the video about like the stuff that the game delves into, I kind of had that much more of a newfound appreciation for it. Not to mention the the absolutely stellar like 1960s like scary Japanese village is just a vibe.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
Japanese horror is like the cream of the crop. There's also multiple endings, which I think are really cool. I went through and watched them because I was like, I'm never going to. It's going to take me so long if I want to go through and get all these endings. But the initial ending, like the regular ending, I think was my favorite one. Um, but because it just kind of puts everything into perspective. Um, but yeah, this game, some of the some of the shit that Hinako goes through, man, in this game is just holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And I want to like say everything, but I'm not going to. But just some of the cutscenes, some of the imagery. Um, you got your typical Silent Hill enemies that are just kind of like stop motioning, like kind of moving around
yeah.
with knives and shit. But I don't know, without, spoiling too much of it, that's my number 5. And I did see something that Konami wants to start making this a yearly franchise, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
I'm sure that you would. I'm sure you would love to milk the shit out of
Yeah,
something that is actually kind of good. I'm sure you would.
yeah,
I am absolutely fucking positive that you would love to suck every single penny out of every single yen out of this that you possibly fucking could and make sure that you don't provide anything whatsoever of value. I'm sure you would,
yep,
Konami.
yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. But still a phenomenal game. Parts of the game kind of got me like annoyed at the stuff that I was doing. Like
Sure.
a few things got repetitive, but um, I really like the weapons and like the weapon degradation because
Yeah.
it really just kind of dials in that like, oh shit, dude, this thing has like 2 hits left, and I
Yeah.
don't know what's gonna come around the corner at me, you know?
Well, and it wouldn't be survival horror without
No.
resource management, you know, like those things. I kind of don't really like weapon degradation, but in this game it makes sense because it's like you're not shooting guns, you're not like, you know, there's no ammunition that there's no ammo scarcity, so it has to be weapon scarcity. It has to like that tension from that level, like from, you know, from survival horror has to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, totally agreed. And I mean, obviously you're not gonna be a what 16-year-old girl running around find a a gun in some locker and just be like, all right, like
I mean, I feel like guns they could have been implemented, but also at the same time, like the time period, it wouldn't really make sense. And I mean, yeah, like you're saying, like it wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense for them to like I I don't know. I think that the melee weapons is a good choice because it makes it more intimate too. It makes it
yeah,
more like in your face, and you're actually tackling these things head on. And it's not a negative of like something like Silent Hill 2, right? Where you do have guns and you're like, blasting these things away from a distance. There's just kind of this added level of like intensity when you are like in their fucking face and you're slicing them up with some random kitchen knife, like it's different and it works.
and I remember Cole, when you were talking about this game way back when it came out, and you were talking about the sounds and the atmosphere, like 100%,
It's amazing.
100% agree. Like I had headphones on a couple of times when I was playing this game, and that music that hits when like there's an enemy nearby
Oh,
is just like visceral. I don't know how
yeah.
else to describe it, but yeah, this game was definitely one that I really enjoyed, and eventually I'll get back to it. Um, I just don't know when, but yeah, this game was great. That's my number five.
Very cool. Cole, what's your number 5?
I want to start this off by a tiny little preface. Um,
Uh-oh.
every single game that I'm about to mention right now is better than Clair Obscur.
You're goddamn right. You're
Every one of them.
goddamn right.
My number 5 is Ark Raiders.
Oh,
So, uh, technically could absolutely be higher on the list if not for, the other 4 games. But man, this game is special. It's got some special sauce to it that's just
oh
kind
boy.
of really addicting and really enticing. Like it's always like, damn, I wonder what new funny moment I will go into today, because you always get it. You always get at least one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like every session you sit down, you find some funny fucking person doing something funny in the world. And yeah, that's like the biggest compliment I can give it, is that people make this game better. Like and people, like human player interaction is what makes this game as special as it is. Like, and proximity chat is probably the most underrated fucking gaming mechanic, like of the last couple years. Because man, I love being able to like just hear people in the distance, and
Yeah.
they're talking shit, or they can see us and they're like, hey, it's either hey Raider, or hey, you gonna get fucked up if you
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
over here.
Oh fuck.
And-
No.
yeah,
No.
yeah, no, don't come over here. I love,
Don't
like,
shoot.
dude, I love when we were playing last night and we were sitting there. I think was it last night where I was like, this one, we were in Stella Montes and this one team was like approaching us, and I was like,
Yeah.
shot at you or something.
They
And
did.
I was like, hey, I wouldn't do that. We're paying protection money to Kenny Petrovich, like not expecting nobody to understand the reference, and nobody did. But I just love like just talking shit too, dude. Like it's so much fun, and there's a level of like, there's obviously bad actors, right? The guys that spam fucking slurs every time they die, like those are obviously a real thing and a reality. But also at the same time, there's other people. The majority of the people are people playing or just having fun with the game, and like, oh, you got me, or oh, they'll play into the joke, and it's like, death is part of the game. Death is part, and loss is part of the game, in the way that like you're gonna lose progress. Like I've got 40 hours in the game, and I don't think I've got fucking anything to show for it. Like I've got some cool blueprints, but that's fucking pretty much it.
I
you
am
know.
I am ashamed at the amount of hours I've put into this game.
but it's fun though, bro. Like,
It is.
I'm almost at 60, I think.
Are you? Yeah, 208.
God damn, are you serious? Whoa, whoa, really?
Yeah, bro, I was heavily unemployed for 3 months.
What the fuck? Holy shit.
Close
How
to
many?
lightly unemployed.
Yeah.
Lightly unemployed.
That's insane. I think I just got level 35.
Yeah, bro. I'm like
That's so crazy.
I went on my expedition a couple of weeks ago when it happened, and I'm already at like level 43 or whatever.
Yeah.
I have over 200 hours into Arc Raiders.
That's fucking, yeah. It's because it's fun. It's fun and there's reason to go back and it's fun enough to like it's so fun that you can lose hours of progress, hours and like gear that you really fucking love and you worked hard on. You can lose that shit and then immediately like the next day be like, yeah, I just want to freeloadies on Stella, bro. Let's fucking go.
Freeloadies on Stella, let's go goop some dudes, dog.
Yeah, I don't know, and yeah, just the player interaction. I love playing the game solo because like you can have these fun moments like by
Mhm.
yourself, but it is so much more fun when you're playing with other people.
Especially with people who are like super gung ho, like fucking shout out to Gimmick.
Yeah. Yeah, just some of the funnest moments of the entire year was like just recently just playing this game and I don't know. I think that when something special like this appears, I think that there's going to be a lot of, there's going to be a lot of other games that come out and kind of steal its thunder. I know Marathon's going to come out and fucking it's going to be another extraction shooter and it's going to be different. It's going to look different, played differently. So people are going to naturally want to go and see what it's all about, myself included. Like I do kind of want to see what Marathon's all about. I don't really want to give them money because of all of the shit that's been going on, so I might catch it on sale. But I think that game's going to come out and do some things probably a little bit better than Arc Raiders. But Arc Raiders is the one that came out, and of course you can always say Tarkov did it first. Of course, yes, of course it did. However, Tarkov never came to consoles, and it took fucking forever to come to Steam where Arc Raiders has just hit the ground running on everything. And that is why you are seeing it fucking everywhere right
Dominate, bro. There's this game in its short time has become a pop culture icon.
now. Dude,
Right.
yeah, big time,
Like
big time.
even the most famous people on TikTok, are like people that do like couples TikToks that are like that have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers, are like, my husband plays Arc Raiders, and this is this funny thing that happens because he does.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Embark. Why is my husband ignoring me for your game? Like like that's how you know you've made it, dude. When it's
Yeah.
people who aren't even part of the like the atmosphere of the game to fucking be talking about it.
Yeah.
This game's going to be around forever. Like these upgrades, I bet you new locations. We're still going to be talking about this game this time next year, I promise you.
Oh yeah. Which is really cool. It's cool that we have a multiplayer game that's sticking as much as it is. Like the last time I can think of this, the something like this happened was Helldivers,
Mm-hmm.
and Helldivers 2 was another one of those moments where it was like, holy fuck,
Yeah,
this is like this is really good out of nowhere.
took over.
And still like I'll return to Helldivers every once in a while
Same.
and have just as much fun. So it's like it's kind of cool that we just have another one. We have another one that like, and we all have like we have this little network of friends that all kind of plays these games, and so it's like, oh, I'm not feeling Helldivers, let's play Arc Raiders. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
you always have like somebody to play with, which is really cool.
Very cool.
Oh fuck, there was one other thing I wanted to say, but I can't. Oh, it completely launched that burnt peanut guy into fucking superstardom.
Oh yeah, dude. Burnt Peanut if this game didn't happen, bro, we wouldn't have Burnt Peanut.
So he's been doing Tarkov stuff for like a long time. I think that's how he initially got kind of TikTok famous, was he was playing Tarkov. So he has a lot of experience with like extraction shooters and in this games of this ilk, but
Mm.
It's kind of crazy to watch him like just fucking, just
Skyrocket.
the clips of all of his streams and shit, just constant fucking
Which
feed of.
which a little bit pisses me off because you can tell that he's not like the smartest man in the world, dude. Like if you have ever watched him play a game, just mouth breathing the whole fucking time.
Yeah, but I think that's his brand though, dude. Like he's supposed to look like that because he's a fucking peanut. He's a VTuber in the shape of a peanut. Like that's like he's gonna look like that. You know what I mean? Like that's
Just
part of
mouth
the brother
open,
charm.
fucking gaping.
That and he's really good. I've seen him clear like
He
two or
is
three
so
teams.
good, dude.
Like by
This is my
himself.
concentration face.
Yeah, that's his locked in face, is just mouth open, fucking locked in. Like he's fucking. I've seen him clear whole fucking teams, bro, like by himself.
I also
Like,
do think he's responsible for making the game as toxic as it
oh,
is.
absolutely, the
Like
bungalators.
the bungalators versus the whatever, yeah, like I do think that kind of, I don't know, people are stupid and they run with the meme too much, you
Yep.
know. But I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to be playing it pretty much all year, and if it all kind of depends on the level of content that they're adding, because I gotta imagine eventually it's going to be like, you know, going to the same fucking space tower level, over and over and over
Right,
again.
right.
Like I could imagine it's going to get boring once in a while, but I would think that the game is so good and so diverse and filled with variety that we can see everything, but they can also like drip feed new content. And
Oh yeah,
I'm hoping that
I
with
don't
all the
think
money that they're
Embark's going
making.
to do that. Like, I don't think Embark's going to let that game get stale.
Yeah. I almost kind of hope that we're going to get like a two, like an Arc Raiders 2. I think that would be,
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know what they would do, but just kind of like streamline everything. But because I mean,
Well,
obviously, there's things that you can do to make the game a little bit more, streamlined.
well, I mean, you could put it on the other side of the world. I mean, we're in what I imagine is like war-torn, apocalyptic Italy.
Yeah,
So, just send it somewhere else. Send it to France. Send it to Germany. Send it wherever.
Germany. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my number 5, better than Clair Obscur, Arc Raiders.
Goddamn right it is. Um, my number 5 is Dispatch. Um, Dispatch sits right in the middle, and honestly, it might be like the most clever game on my list. Uh, it blends decision making, narrative pressure, and resource management. Um, Creates this constant low grade tension that like never really lets up. Um, it's the kind of game where you finish a session and immediately replay moments in your head, wondering if you could have like done them differently. It doesn't scream for attention. It earns it like really well in its writing. Uh, the voice acting is superb. I mean, Aaron Paul. Um, it's very much video game The Boys, minus like needing to kill the superheroes or whatever.
Yeah,
You know, I think the game is very well written. I think it is.
it's like the boys in Suicide Squad
Yeah.
had a
Mhm.
baby.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Yep. Um, every uh like every choice you make, you're just kind of like, okay, let's see if I made the right one, or let's see what happens. The very cause and effect of everything is super fun, and I think this game is very cool. Should have at least one award. Um, I mean, the only one that it was nominated in. Um, but I can't recommend this game enough. I'm really excited to do a second playthrough and see what my different options are going to be. Very much recommend this game, and that's my number 5.
Hell yeah.
Time for number 4. D-Rock.
For my number 4, I'm actually, just because of the way that I love that you have to work together, I'm gonna have to say Split Fiction.
Oh, cool. You played.
I mean, Nick and I didn't even play it for more than a couple hours together, right? But like,
No,
I just
I even
it was
said the other
just,
day, I was like, we got to start playing that game again.
and we do,
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we
still do.
definitely do. Um, but yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a pretty game. It's fast paced. It's fun, but like, I don't know. It's just, there's just something to me about, you know, having your abilities sort of play off of each other the way they do, and for that to be required in order for you to progress and work together and everything. I just really enjoy that. I mean, I like playing games with people, but I'm also not into, the first person shooters, the battle royales. Like, I'm just not into those. So a game like this, where it's more of a story game, but you're still needing to work with someone, I think is like a really nice, fun thing to do. But anyway, so yeah, that's my number
Dude,
four.
those there's three games like that I can think of. The first one was A Way Out, which is
A Way Out's a good
incredible.
game. Yeah.
You're just same exact type of game made by the same people.
Mhm.
You're just two people escaping prison, essentially. Then there's It Takes Two, which I haven't played, and then Split Fiction. But like, I would love to go and play like all three of these games with you, Derek, because I think that
I'm down.
yeah, A Way Out is like almost non-existent in terms of price. Like it's super cheap. Um,
Yeah.
it's a PS4 game, but still. But like I genuinely also want to play It Takes Two. Like I never got a chance to play that because
Yeah.
nobody else that I know, like that's the only that's my gripe about the gimmick is like you can't just play this game alone, you know.
Right.
But it really works for when you find somebody to play it with.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, dude, I'm hella down.
Hell yeah. You good? We're going for it. My number four. Um, Cole kind of already talked about it, but my number four is Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. Um, this game just brings back so many memories of when I first played this game on PSP. And I just that was like my first foray into any sort of tactics game. I think I only bought it because Final Fantasy was in the name.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I had no idea
100%,
what I was getting
100%.
into. But yeah, man, this game, just the overhaul that they did with this game. The voice acting is superb. It's really, really well done. You can really feel the emotions of the voice actors when they're when they're acting in this game. Um, the just the graphics of the game, like everything looks amazing. The story is really good. Um, I myself am stuck on this one fight where it's the dudes from the Corpse Brigade in the house,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a
and
tough fight.
yeah, you show up and you're just like, all right, I got this, and Argath is just like Leroy Jenkins, and he just charges in and just gets his ass kicked.
Oh
You're just
shit.
like, what are you doing, dude? Like, we need you. But like, it's really fun. The job system is really, really cool. Just being able to
Addicting
pick
as hell.
pick and choose, what kind of classes you want your people to play as. Um, really good music, really good soundtrack. Like I don't have a bad thing to say about this game, except maybe the difficulty of some of the battles, but that's, to be expected with any tactics game. But
Yeah.
yeah, this game is a knock out of the park for me. And I bought it on the Switch because I wanted to feel like I was playing it on the PSP again.
Very cool. I like that.
Excuse me. But yeah, that's my number four.
Nostalgic bitch.
Right?
I'll live for the nostalgia.
Cole, you're number 4.
The next game on the list that's better than Clair Obscur, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Has to be made a point that all these games are better than
Fuck
Clair
yeah, you better
Obscur.
fucking believe it.
You hear that, Jeff?
You've never touched a fucking
I'm not-
controller in your life, Keely, and I'm gonna fucking prove it to the world.
I'm gonna prove it to the world. Oh, I love it.
The world needs to know.
Donkey Kong Bonanza was technically the first reason to own a Switch 2. Like I feel like it was the first Switch 2 game that provided a level of quality content that was worth buying a $500 console for, or $450 if you didn't get the Mario Kart bundle. I felt like there's so much heart in this game. It really is just Mario Odyssey, but with Donkey Kong. And I know that sounds like it might be like a negative thing, but it's quite the contrary. They gave Donkey Kong like a whole slew of new moves and traversal, options, and made it fun as fuck to play. And I think that is like the standing testament towards it, is the fact that it is so deeply playable. There's a certain level of open-endedness when it comes to like to newer age Mario games, where it's like there's a clear way to do what, like there's a star at the top of this hill, right? And you need to go and get it. And there's a whole different slew of different like traversal options and ways that you can go and do it that are so outside of what the game like is showing you to do. And I love watching like Donkey specifically. Donkey's got a bunch of videos of him just absolutely being like God mode in Mario Odyssey, like just doing insane jumps and jump chains that get him into places that you really shouldn't have been able to go to. And that's Bonanza is basically just that, but with Donkey Kong, and it's oozing with quality. Like it's, I do think it's just as good as Mario Odyssey, and many people consider Mario Odyssey, including IGN, a 10 out of 10. So, I can see, and I can even see a couple of instances where this is better than Mario Odyssey, just because I really like the story in Bonanza. I think it's a cute little story. And the way that it introduces Pauline as another, like, is a not really a new character, but like a new form of this character, I think is really cool. I like the dynamic between her and Donkey Kong. And it's really cool to think of, like, the first time that these characters were together, Donkey Kong had stolen Pauline, and Mario was, like that was the whole point of that game, was to go and save Pauline from Donkey Kong. So I like the flip, and I'm a little less hot on like the forms, right? Like Donkey Kong can like turn into, like a giant version of himself. Then there's one where he turns into a fucking zebra and an ostrich and shit. And I'm just like, it's quirky Nintendo, I guess. That's like the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
But and also if you just like Donkey Kong, it's a fantastic Donkey Kong game. So, I guess I am a 31, almost 32-year-old man that likes playing Donkey Kong. Yes.
Bro, I'll be 41 this year, and you better believe if I can get a Switch 2, I'm fucking playing Donkey Kong.
It's fun as fuck, bro. It's really fun, and I love the new design of Donkey Kong, and like I love how and Donkey Kong's always been expressive, right? But like I just love I love like the little new expressions that he has, and they're subtle, but they're cute, and it's just charming Nintendo.
I tried to jump back into it. I am apparently on the fight with Void Kong.
Yeah.
And I just keep getting my dick stomped into the ground. Like that is ridiculous. Yeah, he's just firing like all bunch of just bullshit at you. Like
I don't think maybe I didn't get that far. I only really did like 2 boss fights, and they were really like piss easy.
Oh, dude, the boss fights are nothing.
Yeah.
In this game.
Yeah. But and the only other thing too is that I hate the Joy-Cons. despise how small they are and how they don't really fit. They're not form fitting in your hand like really at all. They just kind of just feel like it's just bad. There's no ergonomics at all holding your like you go from like holding a PlayStation or an Xbox controller and it feels like damn, this feels like it's like welded to my hands. It feels so fucking good to hold it. And then there's the Joy-Con, and just like holding the Switch 2 just like naked is just like it looks cool, and I like the form factor, but in terms of like holding it, it's awful. And this is something that happened with the Switch 1 as well. I just kind of developed it over time where you spend so much time on these things, and then it's like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I'm dealing with this. This is a great game, but I'm dealing with how uncomfortable it is to hold this fucking thing. And
That's like the main reason I mostly play on docked mode.
Yeah. Yeah, and I totally get that. But I haven't utilized the TV really at all. I played Metroid Prime on the TV for a minute just to see how it looks, and it looks fucking awesome, of course. And but after that, I'm just like I'm so much more of a handheld. If I'm not playing a game on my PC, I'm playing it on my Steam Deck or Switch. I like the portability of it, and most likely most of it's just lying in bed and playing the game, right? Like right before you fall asleep after a day of work.
Yeah.
And the Switch and the Switch 2 it just sucks. Like that experience specifically just sucks because it's just doesn't feel good to hold. I don't know if I have too big of hands or if I have weird hands or what. I know that I'm not alone in this complaint, but it really kind of like deters me from using my Switch in general, which really sucks because there are two banger ass fucking video games came out on it this year. So
yeah,
but yeah,
He's
my number 4.
strong.
Number 4 is
I
Donkey
didn't hear
Kong
any of
Advance.
that. You're like super
It's-
muffled.
It's just a line from what Never Ending Story when the rock guy goes, "These look like strong
Oh,
hands,
yeah.
don't they?"
my number 4 is Dying Light: The Beast.
Okay.
Dying Light: The Beast feels like a reminder of why people fell in love with this fucking franchise in the first place.
Oh,
It is completely superior to Dying Light 2 Stay Human in every way. Also, a game that was better than Clair Obscur, um, Expedition 33.
yeah.
Movement is still incredible. World design encourages experimentation, and the added intensity gives it a more focused identity than some of the past entries. It's brutal, fast, and deeply satisfying when everything clicks. It didn't completely redefine the formula, but refined it in all the right ways. The only negative I think I would ever give this game is the fact that the platinum was excruciating.
Yeah.
Trying to 100% trophy this game was the bane of my existence when I was doing it. But it was still really fun. I mean, getting back into it felt like Haran. It just felt like another like area of Haran, even though it wasn't.
Yeah.
Um, the Dying Light games are super near and dear to my heart. I've always, from the very first, I think I played the first one like 5 times over. Like it's fun. It's one of my favorite games, and it definitely deserves to be in this top spot. But top 3, D Rock, what's your number 3?
I think that my number 3 would have to be one of like my most beloved platformers. I mean, it has such a strong message of just cultural and environmental responsibility and anyway. So yeah, my number 3 is going to be Oddworld Soulstorm.
Oh, very good.
Oh,
Yeah, I know
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I was like, here they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's it's such a, I mean, first of all, it's a gorgeous game. I think it's really, really, really well made. Um, and yeah, just the story is so great. It's basically the spiritual successor to Abe's Odyssey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like you've escaped, you've gotten all of these slaves out of the factory and whatnot, and now everybody's like sick and dying, and you're like, what the fuck? And
Mhm.
so you have to kind of go through and figure out what on earth is going on. You've got to help save all these sick and dying Mudokons, and and meanwhile, the main bad guy is coming after you because you kind of fucked his entire factory over, and now, his higher up people, like, and all the people that he has to answer to, are like, you know, gunning for him, and so he's gunning for you to, try and like get himself out of trouble. But it's so good. I mean, yeah, it's an amazing game. So that
Very
would
cool.
be my number three.
Very cool. Nick, you're number three.
My number three is probably going to have to go to Schedule One, even though um the last time I played this game, according to Steam, was last June. But it's just I've got like 50 plus hours in this game. This game just it's like you said, when it takes a hold of you, like it's fucking got you. And
Oh yeah.
just, I am 100% all about these kind of, simulator type games. Even though this isn't like strictly called like Weed Simulator,
Right.
but it has that element where, you're making your own stuff. You're building up clients. You're building up what do they call them? The ones that unlock like different areas for you. What do they call them?
Oh, fuck, I don't remember.
There's a specific name for them, but um and then you like, you have your own dealers. Um Eventually, you know, like the last time I played, I have the I have the barn and I just have a bunch of like people just making my shit for me.
Nice.
But there is like an element of like, oh, they're not going to work unless I pay them. So you like have to individually go up and like pay all of your workers or whatever. But yeah, just the ability to name everything that you make.
Yeah.
I don't know. This game was
Like,
something
so is it
special.
is it is it names that you pick from, or do you get to
You
just
can.
completely from scratch make up a
It
name?
will
You
it
can.
will
Oh,
generate names for you and you can like randomize them, but you can also pick your own name.
Yeah, you could
oh,
just
hell
type
yeah.
in whatever you want, and it'll
And
accept it.
I
Nice.
remember at first I was like, okay, let's see what this one's called. And I didn't know you could type in your names at first. So I was just randomly generating names and then I accidentally clicked on it and I was like, oh, this is a whole fucking game changer, bro. I'm gonna come up with the most degenerate names I can think of.
There was a like I guess not a strain, but just like a variant of meth that I just called horse pussy. Because I mixed meth and horse semen, so I was just like, okay, cool, this is called horse pussy now.
Yeah, dude. It's and just the amount of stuff you can mix into not only your weed, but like your meth. I haven't gotten to cocaine yet, but I know that's in the game.
Yeah,
And they
neither have
just
I.
they just did shrooms. They just implemented shrooms into the game too.
Oh,
So
did they really? Cool.
I think
Because that was
yeah,
when like the
on
the the
Christmas
polls.
they released the shrooms update on Christmas last year, so that's
Oh
officially
hell
in the
yeah!
game. So
Fuck yeah!
That's hilarious.
yeah, that's another reason to go back into that game just to
Yeah, I might just, dude.
see what they've done. But I don't know, man. There was this, and then it just spawned this whole community because I made so many TikTok videos off of me streaming this game, and it spawned like all these videos in my For You of just this community where um somebody had made like a fake news report saying that the owner of the hardware store like had been murdered or like robbed or something like that. And you see somebody on TikTok who's got their picture as one of the characters in the game, Benji Coleman. He's like your first dealer.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he like says something like, "Oh man, he was kind of a nice dude." And it's just like everyone's just like leaning into this like role playing of this game. And I'm like, dude,
That's hilarious.
this is great. But yeah, oh, and then the fact that you can buy businesses and launder your money. Like, there's a couple updates that I would like to see in this game. And I know, like, I think that they would be cool if they added in, like undercover cops trying to buy from you.
Oh,
But
that would be
there was
cool.
one specific telltale sign that you could pick out to be like, hey, whoa, like, I'm not selling to you, bro.
Like if they would use like an overuse of slang,
Yeah.
you know. What's up, bro? I'm looking for some green, yo. Let's go, bro.
Like
You
those
know.
videos on TikTok of the cops going into that guy's like head shop and he's like, I'm
Oh yeah,
looking
yeah,
for some flour.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Flour.
Just
And
hands him a bag of flour.
he tells him there was one where he was like, your fucking badge is out, and he like looks down and shit, and
He's like, have a good day, officer. But yeah, no, that would be a really cool update to see. I know that I think that there is, I mean, well, I think the shrooms is the last update that I saw on Steam, but yeah, if I mean, it seems like this guy is expanding his company as well.
oh
Um,
dope.
there was an update on January 6th that says that TVGS is now an actual game studio
That's rad.
with an office in Sydney and a new developer. So um, it's going to be 4 people working on this game, which is, 3 more than one. But it just means that, they're not done with this game by a long shot. So
Which is
I'm
rad.
excited to see what else they pump out. But yeah, Schedule 1 is my number 3.
Cool. Cool.
Hell yeah. My number 3, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta.
Nice.
So there's a great deal to be said about Metal Gear Solid 3. I think it's one of the most influential games of all time. I think it's one of the most charming games of all time. And I think that it didn't really need a remake, personally. Like, I feel like that original game is still pretty playable and pretty widely available too. Like just being like, you can buy that game anywhere thanks to the collection. And there's a dedicated Vita port, which was really cool. There's a 3DS port of Metal Gear Solid 3, which is pretty cool. Well, you've got a couple different ways to play it. But I do think that the remake is worth playing. I don't was it was full price, right? It was $70.
Yep, which is a little much.
Yeah. I think if you got the game for like 40-50 bucks, I feel like that's a steal.
I picked it up on sale for like 47, so
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I was like, this is a good price.
The remake is really good, dude. I think it really doesn't do anything to taint the original game at all, which is like it was the biggest fear, I feel like especially with this team. We don't really know anything about the team and their quality, so it was kind of up in the air on whether or not it was really going to be any good. And I'm glad that they showed up with a game that is not only like deeply playable and fun, but it's also retains the spirit of that original game, like pretty much to a T. Um, Metal Gear Solid 3 is super special. And if the remake is your way in, like definitely play that because I think it serves the job. Like it gets the job done. But that original and I don't know, I can also see somebody playing the remake and being like, why would I ever play the original? Like it doesn't really, like you can even play the remake in the old style of the original where the camera's like on top.
Mhm.
Like there's plenty of access to what makes that other game special in the remake. So it's like why would you even want to? And I still think that those like that original art style didn't really translate with the jump to Unreal. Like Unreal made everything look like real and but like that original game kind of has like some style and some substance to the style, you know what I mean? um I just really love MGS3. I think it's super special. I love the music in the game and I love like the little fun things about it. I know a lot of people really hate on the health thing, like when you like break a bone and you have to like go into the little, x-ray mode and it's
Mhm.
like, oh, I got to put a splint on and then I got to put a bandage on. Like I can see why people don't like that shit. I'm just kind of it is what it is. Like it's just part of the game. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. If anything, it's just part of the charm. You know.
You just you just do it because you have to. Like
Yeah. I mean, there's a leech on my ball sack. Do you really expect me not to remove it? You
I'm
know,
gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna let him keep sucking for a minute, but
I'm almost there.
yeah.
Feels so good when he sucks.
But yeah, my number three, and yet another game that is better than Clair Obscur, Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta.
Dude, that game is just really, really good. Like
Yeah.
I was very, very satisfied with that game. So I second that.
Very cool. My number three is The Alters. The Alters is one of the most emotionally interesting games that I've played in a long time. Um, just that concept alone, the literally confronting alternate versions of yourself, like just the you that would have made a different decision at this turning point in your life, because you're always thinking like, what if I would have done this at this point in my life, or what if I would have done that.
Yeah.
Just literally confronting those alternate versions could have been gimmicky, I think, but instead it's thoughtful and surprisingly human. um every decision feels personal, not just like mechanical. And the game constantly asks uncomfortable questions about like regret, ambition, identity. Um, it's super sci-fi because you're trying to maintain this roving base, and you have to use resources, and you have to go mine them and put mining outposts. It's very much a sim game. Um, and I love the like Fallout Shelter esque uh, element to it, um, because that's what I wanted out of Fallout. Out of Fallout Shelter is like, well, I want to like go into these things. I want to like do stuff in there,
Yeah.
and like it's like this game brought that out to me. You know?
I mean, Fallout Shelter did have those moments where when you could finally go out and do like quests, like you were
Yeah,
kind of doing stuff, but which I thought was a cool addition, but
yeah.
it's like you're not
It's
actually
nothing like
playing the
this.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing like this. Like this, you have like full control. You can go into the kitchen and make some food if your rations are running low. You can go into the workshop and fucking build shit that you're supposed to build when you're out getting resources. But this game is very much sci-fi, yes, but it's also deeply introspective, and it makes you feel a lot, and the decisions that you make affecting your alters and what they do, and whether or not they overthrow you is a super cool, like will it won't it situation. um this game is very Eddie coded, as
Um,
Cole has stated before. It's everything I want in a video game, and I love it. I think it's one of the best games I've played. Definitely one of the best games I played in 2025. Derek, you're number two.
So After much deliberation, I think that my number two is going to have to be a little game called World of Warcraft.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I saw that. I saw that coming.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we
I
hadn't
mean,
heard it already.
Yeah, right.
right? Yeah. No, I mean, it's obviously it's going to be up there, but
Yeah.
no, like, so they added player housing that technically, it's not out in full force until the midnight expansion, but it is out, especially I mean, I mean, maybe it is just for people uh who pre-purchased a certain level of the midnight expansion, but I don't recall. Anyway, so it's been a lot of fun playing with that. And I mean, there is plenty that I do need to do actually to be caught up to where I want to be before the midnight expansion comes out. I need to start banging out some keystone dungeons and get my rating up to 3,000. I need to finish out Brawlers Guild stuff, get all the because like with the Brawlers Guild, you have like level 1 through I think it's either 8 or 9 of these challenges, and then after you've completed that, then you go and purchase these specific challenge cards that are more difficult versions. So yeah, there's still plenty to do there. But yeah, no, I mean there's just and people are getting fucking buck wild with the housing. Like it's insane what people are doing.
That's rad.
Like, yeah, I mean, because I mean it's the house once you go into the house, right? Like it's an instanced sort of thing, right? So you like click on the door of the house and then you're inside the house, you load in.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you can't like for example, you can't see outside. If somebody put a window on their house, like you would it's just cosmetic. You can't actually see outside, right?
Yeah.
So like people have gotten they've gone so fucking crazy with it where they'll create windows and they'll have them open and then with the way that the collision system works and that the way you can turn it off and on for certain items it will like within in these windows they'll create a whole scene so that it looks like you're looking outside. Like
Oh,
you can make a sun, you can make a sky, you can do all this
Oh,
cool
that's
shit to
cool.
make it look like you're actually looking outside even though it is an instanced thing and there's nothing actually there. But it's very fucking impressive. But yeah, no, it's it's been a lot of fun fucking around with that. And a lot of the items that you get for housing are from like old content and different vendors that you can go and get them from, or they'll drop from old raids, old dungeons, achievements, all sorts of different ways to get these different items that you can like you can just I mean it's so wildly customizable and it's pretty cool. I mean it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so that would be my number two.
Very cool. Nick, your number two.
my number two is going to go to a game that Eddie's kind of already talked about, which is bound to happen because we all pretty much like the same games.
Mm-hmm.
But Dispatch is my number two.
Fuck yeah.
Haven't even finished it, and I'm already just throwing it on number two um, just because of multiple things. Nuanced characters, all the characters each are very different in their own rights, but it
Mm.
plays to them very well. The Critical Role collab really shines through,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to the stacked cast that is in this game.
Oh yeah.
You've got Sean McLaughlin, who you may know him as his YouTube name, Jacksepticeye.
Yep.
He plays
I
Punch
do
Up.
not.
Oh, well. He's a very popular YouTuber.
Top of the morning to you.
Yeah. Let's see. We have Aaron Yvette, who plays Blonde Blazer, who is Snow White and the Wolf Among Us.
Oh, nice.
And surprise, she is Samus in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Hell yeah.
So that's her grunting, huh?
Yeah, that's her grunting. Jeffrey Wright, he was Lieutenant Gordon in the Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, he
He's
is
also in Death
Chase.
Stranding. I'm pretty
That's
sure he
true.
was Die Hard, man.
Like you're talking the Batman as in the movie the Batman, right?
With-
Yeah, with Robert.
With what's his
Pattinson.
bucket? Pattinson.
Yeah.
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 Okay, all right, cool.
Matthew Mercer played the villain. Matthew Mercer plays the villain Shroud. And he is the dungeon master on Critical Role. He was what's the fuck is his name now? Cassidy, I think, on Overwatch.
Yeah.
Among many, many other things. Laura Bailey's in Visigal. She's also on Critical Role. She was Abby in The Last of Us Part 2. Alana Pierce is Malevola. Malevola is one of my favorite characters from this game.
Gosh, she's so hot, bro.
Oh, dude.
So
I was
fun.
like, oh, dude, it's bringing me back to Baldur's Gate 3 all over again, dude. What's her name? Is it Karlach?
Karlach, yeah.
Yeah. This one made me laugh because I had no idea. Young Gravy is Golem.
Yeah.
Had no idea that was him because you can't tell.
Yeah.
But I think that's fucking awesome.
It was like
Obviously,
one of those Vin Diesel I Am Groot situations.
yeah, dude. Obviously Aaron Paul is Mecha Man, the main character. And then one of my favorite castings is Charles White Jr., also known as Moist Critical, who plays Sonar.
Yep.
And his IMDb page doesn't even have a picture because I think he's only done like a handful of things, but he is also a famous content creator. But just the amount of people that they got into this game, the work that goes into the story, the multiple playability options that you have, because from what I understand, I haven't finished it, but it's not a very long game.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to go back and just do the exact opposite of everything that I did on my first playthrough.
Yeah, same.
And it's, I don't know, just the I love the companionship of Chase and Mecha Man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like what happened to Chase, I won't spoil it, but it's not a big part of the story. But how he still, acts like, his friend, even though he hasn't seen him for like 15 years or something like that. But
yeah.
See, I was gonna make a terrible joke and say, did he get caught? Because his name is Chase, and
no.
I'm glad you didn't make that joke.
Oh, brother.
But he did. No, basically he was like the Flash, but he used his powers way too much and it rapidly aged him.
Oh shit.
It's not really a spoiler.
That'll do it to you. I mean, that'll happen.
What else? I don't know. Just the characters are super great in this. Like I said, I think Malevola is one of my favorites, but I do really like Sonar.
Royd was my favorite one.
Royd, the guy that's building the suit with you.
Yeah, because he's this giant islander, this giant gentle islander, and he's
dude.
Like, what's up, bro? We're gonna fix the suit today or what?
We're gonna get you back into Mecha Man, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just, I don't know. Like I have, like I said, I haven't finished this game, but I can't glaze this game and just play with its balls. enough, dude. Like
Hell yeah.
I I can't wait to finish this and start another playthrough, but it's a special game, and the great part about it is you don't have to be like a gamer to play it, because
It's very much a
it's like a
narrative.
it's a narrative dysfunctional superhero workplace comedy. It
Yeah.
plays out like a television show, but
I mean, I really need to play it.
yeah,
Dude, definitely. It's got the humor that's like right up your alley.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
hundred
I would
percent,
think so. Yeah.
100%. Um, and I just love what Aaron Paul's character is trying to achieve with this Z team, the Suicide Squad or whatever.
He's trying to fuck all the girls,
Shit, I would.
even the red
I
one.
mean,
even the red one.
Yep. They could get it. All of them. All of them could get it any fucking day of the week, but only if they want to, because we at the Nerf Corporation are pro consent.
pro
Pro
consent.
consent.
You son of a bitch.
We both tried to do it, and we both ended up saying it at the same time. Yeah, this game is wonderful. It's a great price point. It's like $30.
Yeah, it's really
Like not on sale, $30. I would highly recommend
I
it.
mean, it's on all platforms, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep,
Okay.
that's my
Cool.
number 2.
Cole, you're number 2.
My number 2 is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So this game kind of got a lot of its thunder stolen from it, and it really kind of, I think just primarily because it came out so early in the year. I think people just kind of forgot, which is really sad because it is so steeped with quality and so jam-packed with excellent stuff to do. And I do think it is hands down the best RPG that came out this year. I think
Agreed.
it got fucking robbed by Claire Obscure. Like, I think Claire Obscure is a good RPG, right? Like, it's a good foray into some elements of RPG, like the RPG genre, and having like a general identity that would be more akin to like Final Fantasy and Persona and stuff like that, right? Whereas this game is like a hardcore RPG. You are role playing this character, like you are, and you're taking him in any direction that you want. Like he really is in the pantheon of like those flexible, malleable characters that like they are their own, he is Henry, right? Like that is
Right.
Henry is that person, but you can take him and you can mold him kind of into anything that you want.
Yeah. He is your Henry. Like
He is
the
your Henry.
He is the Henry molded to your personality. I can agree with you on this.
Yeah, and I think the story is excellent. I think there's plenty of intrigue and mystery that like kind of leads you to one point to another. And these characters are so excellently written and performed and motion captured, and like I think that this game belongs on the same level as like a Cyberpunk 2077. I think it belongs in the same area as The Witcher 3. I'd even say it's just as good as like, Persona 5.
Yeah. No, I can agree with you on
like
all
in
of it.
terms of just interconnected character relationships. Everything is fucking awesome. And it took a lot of the stuff that was kind of not really bad, but just kind of not great about the first game, and refined it and made it better. Like specifically like swordplay. Swordplay is way easier to understand in 2 than it is in 1.
Yeah.
And the level of quality side quests and things to do, and the
Man, I might go
inventory,
back to that game.
it's fucking awesome, dude. Like that game rules. There's so much good stuff in there. And if you're looking for a game to just completely get lost in, it's Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Like and you don't really need to play the first game. I think you should, just because it's the first of its kind, man. Like in what it's doing and stuff. Like it's an RPG, but like it is so steeped in its own identity that it like kind of becomes something more than just what it's trying to be. Like it became an actual cult classic. And then
Yeah,
the
oh, yeah.
second game is just that, but bigger budget, bigger things going on, like
Everything just ramped to 11, dude.
everything better, like in a substantial way. And I think it got fucking robbed
Oh yeah. Oh
by
yeah.
Claire Obscure. Like I like this is my biggest sticking point where it's like, dude, like I see Claire Obscure is an RPG, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to being a fucking RPG, like a role-playing game, I am fully invested in role-playing whatever's going on in this game. It's got to go to Kingdom Come Deliverance too, dude. Like it's not even fucking close. Like, and I dude, as much shit as I'm talking, I got mad love for Claire Obscure. I think it's fucking awesome. It's like a genuinely a good game. I think it just got the attention of the internet and now it's annoying.
Yeah.
Now everything that I see about that game is just fucking obnoxious because it's like, look at how great, and it's like, yeah, dude, I mean, it was, but like to pretend like there wasn't all this other shit around it and before it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 came out before Claire Obscure, so it's like it doesn't. It just pisses me off. It pisses me off because it's like this is where you're gonna get disconnect with like award shows and shit. Is like the actual meaning behind what a genre actually is. And Claire Obscure won that shit just because of popularity. And that is it. It did not win on merit. It didn't win on it being better than something else. It won because it was the popular thing. And I really got to return to Claire Obscure Expedition 33 because I really have like a negative view on it right now just because of how much I'm fucking seeing it.
I'm
And it's
replaying
like,
it right now. Like I just started playing it a few days ago.
yeah.
And because it's the same thing, like with me, like exactly what you're saying. Like I've got this really bad taste in my mouth for it because it fucking swept when I don't feel like it should have.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It is a fun fucking
it's
game.
it's awesome, it's fantastic, it's clearly budget in a few areas, right? Like you can see the seams, you can see that it's a video game, and Kingdom Come Deliverance does not. Like it is, and I'm not saying it's a seamless experience, like you're obviously going to have those moments where it's like, oh yeah, the NPC's walking through a solid wall. That shit's going to happen. But when it comes down to like what an RPG is to me, it's something that completely envelops me in that world where I'm like living, breathing, and doing everything that I would in that world, right? Like I was a blacksmith and I was training horses and I was learning, recipes that I could make out of the flowers that I found on the ground. And there's so many
Yeah,
things in
bro.
that game where it's like I'm really truly role playing this character. Whereas in Claire Obscure Expedition 33, it's just telling this emotional story in the form of an RPG.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's what it really just that's what worked, I guess, for people.
Yep. What it all comes down to.
Yeah. And man, if there was ever an underrated video game that came out this year, it was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
I can agree with that.
Truly a game that you need to check out, just because even if you're not into that time period and everything, just because it's such a fucking fun game. And like that level of progression and like progress in that game feels so good because the game is mean as fuck, and like doesn't like it lives in very rigid, within very rigid guidelines or standards, and it makes it so you really have to just comply with the world and
Agreed.
work around it, and but that's also what makes it so fucking special. So yeah, if it wasn't for number one, this would have been my number one for sure.
Very cool.
Eddie, what's your number two?
My number two is Arc Raiders. We've already talked about this game at length, so I won't do get any further into it.
Belabor the point.
Yeah. Great game. The fucking has a hold on me. 208 hours in, and
That's crazy.
and I am very much still down to goop with the boys. Like it is incredible. It is if it wasn't for number one, this would be my number one game of the year. I also brought it down from number one just because it is a multiplayer game, and I wanted something with a little more substance as my number one. But yeah,
Oh.
our number two is my Arc Raiders. We want to thank you guys for sticking with us for this long. We've got one more, but before we do, we just have some honorable mentions. We're just gonna rattle them off. No real big explanation, but just games that didn't make the list, but we found impactful.
Well, some of my honorable mentions, I would have to say are World of Warcraft, maybe Fallout 76, probably Oddworld Soulstorm. Yeah, those are the main ones.
Very cool. Very cool.
You forgot
Nick?
Silent Hill 2.
That too. Absolutely.
Couple that I had, I know I talked about this game a little bit when it came out, but I Am Your Beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Water Park Simulator. That game got me.
Yeah, you were on that. Yeah, you were on that game for a minute. Yep.
Yeah, dude. I didn't really have any other honorable mentions besides a couple that I can think of anyways.
Very
but
cool.
Those are definitely on the honorable mentions list.
Cool. Cole?
I have no honorable mentions.
Got it.
Everybody's getting their own roses.
I have no.
He has no honorable mentions.
I have 4. Battlefield 6. Thank goodness you're here. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4.
Okay.
All great games, but these games that I have on my list are here because they had the most impact on me as far as how I felt about them and everything. But those 4 that I mentioned are just as addicting. And now that you were talking about Kingdom Come, I might fucking just go play that game again.
Yeah.
But we want to thank you guys for sticking with us this long. I almost fell over in my chair just now. That was fucking scary. This is our number one. These are the games that we couldn't put down. These are the games that had the biggest impact on us. Derek, what's your number one game of 2025?
So my number one is like super out of left field. I'm gonna go with Fallout 76.
Called it.
So
fucking called it, dog.
I was waiting for this one to show up.
Yeah, right.
I mean, be honest.
Yeah, it was gonna be in there somewhere, but no, like, I mean, I have so much fun with Fallout 76, and Eddie can go fuck himself because I found new people to play with.
I don't give a fuck.
So,
oh shit,
suck their dicks. I don't give a fuck. doing my dailies. I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, no, and I like the what is it? Rusted Springs, Burning Springs,
Burning Springs.
The Burning Springs expansion, like not just the map expansion, but everything they added at the same time. The head hunts, the grunt hunts, like they're so fucking fun. Like I'll just sit there for hours doing grunt hunt after grunt hunt after grunt hunt after grunt hunt. Like they're just so fast and easy to knock out. Finally, I've started knocking out the head hunt achievements.
Oh, cool.
So because there are 7 of them, and in each one of them there are 4 to 5 specific named enemies you need to kill.
Right.
Two of the groups I've only killed 1 of the 4 in those groups. And then today was the first day that I finished one of them, and I want to say it was group 6.
Okay.
But I finally knocked the first one out, and then like the other 3 or whatever are 1 person away from being done. So like slowly but surely getting them knocked out. We're getting there. But yeah, no, it's been a super fun little addition. even though like yeah, when they add a new area, like they're always, they're tiny. But the last area they added, it didn't really feel like there was much content that they added.
Agreed.
There wasn't
I'm really
much to go
hoping.
along with it.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that they add more to it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, the Burning Springs stuff has been super, super fun. Um, but yeah, so I've just been knocking that out and it's been a blast. But yeah.
Nope. Nick, what's your number one game of 2025?
My number one's got to go to Arc Raiders. Um,
Very cool.
I know that you said, Eddie, that you had to move it because of the multiplayer aspect, but I left it in number one. Like Dispatch almost took number one, to be honest. But um, I was kind of like, what have I played way more of? And I was like, oh, it's Arc Raiders for sure. Like that's the
Oh yeah.
most time I've spent in a game this last year. And it's mostly just because of the um, cultural impact that this game has had on um, not only just like the content creator world or the short form content world, but like other people in the actual world as well. Like I was talking to somebody at work and happened to mention or somebody mentioned Arc Raiders and I was just like my
What?
ears perked up
Arc
and like
Raiders?
I got talking to him and then we were talking like in our chats about it and it's just like that game's just making waves. Um a game that, you know, when the playtest was out, I was playing the playtest and I was like, yeah, this game's kind of cool. Like it's not bad. Like
uh,
nobody was talking about it. And
I
then just
remember, dude. I
yeah,
remember you were just like, "Yeah, man, I'm playing Arc Raiders. It's a pretty cool game. It's
yeah.
chill."
I was like, it, looks kind of cool. I don't know much about it. And then just like out of nowhere, it was just this massive, massive phenomenon. And like just people just like role playing in, games or like leaning into like the do I trust this guy or not, That's like one of my favorite things about it. But I don't know. I just put a lot of time into this game and I figured because of what this game has achieved, not only with its gameplay, but like with its impact, I felt like that should sit at number one. So that's number one for me, Arc Raiders. And I hope you're happy, Shroud. Arc Raiders made it number one in somebody's list.
Oh yeah. Cole, what's your number one game of 2025?
My game of the year for 2025 goes to Silent Hill F.
Very cool.
This game had a profound impact on me. I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it is, but it is. And there's a pretty high bar set in this franchise, and I feel like when you come even close to those, I feel like 2 and 3 are pretty untouchable. With 2 being, like Pantheon level game, right? And when a game can get close just on its first outing, right? Like, dude, we haven't had anything good Silent Hill in so fucking long, bro. Like, there hasn't been a good Silent Hill game for a long, long, long fucking time.
Like a new IP or like a new Silent Hill game, you mean?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, like, I'm not counting the remake. I'm
Yeah, that's
counting
what I
like,
was saying.
yeah. Just it before 2 remake, we were in a real dearth of just fucking really shit games. Like, not nearly even fucking close to being on the same level as what came before it. And so now that we have this game that retains the idea, the very clear inspirations behind Silent Hill and just kind of puts it in a new setting, like the complaints about it being placed in Japan instead of Silent Hill, Colorado, or whatever the fuck it is, like, just was completely rendered mute when it takes that setting and incorporates it so perfectly. And Nick, you said something that that was really perfect. It was like, it's just in the setting, it's in the setting of 1960s Japan, in some remote village in some remote town in Japan in the 60s, just gives it this creepy fucking feeling, this creepy nature that just really doesn't ever let go. And I love that, like, Silent Hill is about being like like this ethereal experience where nothing really feels real, and it almost kind of feels like you're just high, like things are just kind of happening, and then there's grotesque imagery, and then something happens and it's like, was that even fucking real? Like, was any of that real? And that's what this game has in droves, bro. In droves. Like, it takes all of the ideas, all of the cool things about Silent Hill, like um something that's becoming kind of popular is the shit talk, like trauma. A lot of games are doing, or a lot of things are doing, like trauma horror, right? Where, like some movie that I just recently watched was Bring Her Back. It was a very heavily, induced in, like, oh, something traumatic happened in my childhood and now these scary things are happening that reminds me a lot of, the traumatic thing that happened. And there's but that's kind of what Silent Hill is. Like, Silent Hill is a manifestation of all of your negative emotions in one place, all of your negative thoughts and ideas and actions and sins that you've committed are all in this one place. It's your own personal hell. That's what Silent Hill is. And I feel like F really encapsulates what that is and how that should be. And I'm not a 14, 15-year-old Japanese schoolgirl from the 60s, but like, I understand like what was expected of me in the game, and like how I felt those push and pull emotions that person would experience. And a great deal of it has to do with, how that country treated women at that point of time. There was a lot of, you know, misogynistic, fucking sexist shit that was happening that was just kind of expected. And I love the way that the game handles this dark content, this dark territory, and just kind of makes it its own thing, and makes it this story of expectations and defying expectations, and ultimately, can be boiled down. You can boil Silent Hill 2 down to a silly little, ensemble too. But, with F, it feels like it's really just tackling all of these problems head on. And I feel like that is at its very core what Silent Hill is all about. And then there's just a really good, game on top of it, basically. A good, creepy, super atmospheric. Holy God, this game is actually like really tense and scary and like made me jump a few times, like. And going back to the trauma thing, like, I love that we're carrying on this idea that the enemies are just manifestations of all of our emotions. Like, I love
Yeah.
the doll, the like clicky stop motiony doll shit. Like, it's a pinnacle. It's a picture of a mannequin was like basically a picture of like beauty. And I love that that's tied to that, and it's so fucking good, dude. Everything about the game is Silent Hill. So I just, when I see that criticism, I just, again, it just completely gets rendered mute, because it's like, you didn't even play the fucking game. That's what it tells me, is that you didn't play the game. You didn't see the symbolism. You didn't see all the shit. Like, this is a Silent Hill game, and the best part about it is the story. A lot of people hate on the multiple endings things. I think it's fucking awesome, especially when the game, like, those subsequent playthroughs after the first playthrough are altered. Like, it's not just the same game over again. A lot of the same things that you're doing, yes, but there's like little things here and there that are different, like little pieces of lore, little pieces of story that kind of get sprinkled in. People were being very disingenuous with that part of the game. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of bothered the fuck out of me. But the story is the best part. So my active recommendation is to look absolutely nothing into it and just play the game, because it's fucking awesome. And absolutely better than Clair Obscur.
Very cool. Very cool. My number one is Ghost of Yotei.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, yeah. Ghost of Yotei earned its spot by doing what sequels should fucking do: evolve without losing the soul of the original. Atsu's by any means necessary attitude, as opposed to Jin Sakai's honorable approaches, are such a beautiful contrast to me. Like, I think that those it it adds all new elements of the game. It's stunning, deliberate, and emotionally grounded. I mean, with a world that constantly invites you to slow down and feel it. Combat feels refined, storytelling feels more confident, and the themes hit harder because they trust the player. By the time I finished it, I knew this was my game of the year. Like, not just because it was beautiful, but because it stayed with me long after the credits roll. Gameplay was incredible. I mean, I can't talk about this game enough. You know what I mean? And the platinum was super easy. Um, there wasn't that it wasn't that much of a chore, and
It was part of the experience.
it was so much a part of the experience that it didn't even feel like I was grinding for a platinum. Um, Visually stunning, like I said, gorgeous, astonishing. I mean, any fucking adjective that I could find.
No, like crazy, stupid, pretty.
Yeah. And combat is fucking great, man. I don't care that I can't jerk off to Atsu. She was awesome, and she was a hero, and
Uh,
definitely.
let's be honest. The main reason why people hated her is because she's like a pretty staunch leftist, and she's like out on Twitter, like talking about how she's gay, and like that is the reason why people hated her. It wasn't because like the whole idea that she wasn't attractive. I can't fap to this. It's like no, it's you're just painfully obviously aware that you're upset with her politics.
Well, right, but there
And
was also dudes that were like, she's not a big titty anime bitch either. You know what I mean? Like, we're not gonna gloss over that part. Like, we're just gonna,
well, she's also a woman in feudal Japan. Do you really think there was that many women that were out here slaying dudes left and right? Like,
It's not. That's not the point.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't care about that.
They don't. They really don't.
As long as
They're-
them titties is hanging out.
right, that could be completely historically inaccurate as long
Well,
as
and the
tits
sad
are-
part is like there are literally thousands of games that can do that for you, pal. Like
Yeah. Oh, totally.
there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games that you can go fucking jerk off to. Like really, truly.
Yeah.
I'm playing one of them right now. Stellar Blade.
As we speak.
Yeah. But I can't recommend this game enough. This game is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's what I wanted out of a sequel. Definitely go play this game. This is my game of the year for sure. So thank you guys for sticking with us. This was a long boy, and we knew it was going to be. We appreciate you guys hanging out this long. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think about our lists and the games that we put in them. Thank you once again for being here with us. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On X and Instagram at Nerdcourt Podcast.
On TikTok at Nerdcourt Podcast.
And since you're watching us on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that is the best and freest way you help us do that. We're on the climb to 500, and your subscription would mean a lot to us. So, from everybody here at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you. We love you. Keep it nerdy, y'all.
Bye bye.
Meow.
Bye.